And check this out: Arlington's going to require me to get a permit for this little section I have in my driveway that isn't uh, wide enough for a parking space under their standards. And to make it into a parking place, you got to get a permit. And I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah. This is in my backyard, too.
I mean, I understand if it's something that is
changes something,
or you need it for ADA or something.
No, yeah.
Can you hand me Obama?
Yeah, sure.
I need to borrow his head. Thanks, Obama.
Good old Obama.
Obama.
Boy, he was a rotten son of a bitch.
You don't want me to talk about that Obama and his son of bitch bullshit.
It's a last thing I'll say. What we were talking about before the show. It's a wild world when religious leaders and nihilists are pretty much saying the same thing. And I had a discussion the other day. I don't consider myself a full-on nihilist, but I'm pretty realist. Like,
it was the fucking nihilist, dude.
I might be a little bit of an agnostic, but I have
fucking nihilist, dude.
Anyway, yeah. You want a toe? I can get
nihilist.
You a toe. But anyway, it's just weird. I'll have a conversation with someone that's religious, like a preacher. Last night, I had a conversation with one.
What?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
On the show? I want to hear about.
Well, we can talk about it on the show. But anyway, we were just going back and forth about some of the things in Revelation and how it's pretty much Revelation is completely happening right before our eyes. And I know every generation has said that, but there's it's weird when you hear Johnny Rotten and this religious leader saying the same damn thing, or you hear Maynard and a religious leader or anything. It's like people with intelligence are realizing the writing is on the wall. At least for America, for the USA.
It's also the end of an empire. We're at the age.
And it's weird because
250 years is long enough.
It happened to Russia. It happened to Greece.
Happened to Rome.
Or Rome, yeah.
Yeah. Happened to the British.
Happened to the British. Happens to the best of us, but we're at the end of it. And the problem is with America being at the end is that could potentially mean we're at the end of it all. And that's what intelligent people are starting to figure out. And the 80% of the U.S. population is stuck to their phone, TikTok, and just dumbing themselves down and are ignorant to all of it. And it's not because I used to think it was because they're burying their heads in the sand because they're scared. It's not that.
They're just
dumb.
Yeah.
They're not
There's
intelligent.
A lot of dumb people in this world. A lot of stupid people.
All right, let's get it.
Hey, welcome to a pre-show that got very deep. We just fired at the stream. We're like, yeah.
Hey, Robo Tuner. Hey, Susie. Thanks for checking us out. I'll flash my dong in a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting nude. It's so hot.
Actually, we had cooler weather today. It only got up to 102.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, we've got one. You know what? I'll talk about it on the show.
Let's just get it going.
I don't even have my show notes going, so I'm just going to follow you on all this, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Unless you need me to look at it.
It's all pretty cheese tonight, so.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
They want to ban straws. Has anybody ever tried those paper straws? They're not working too good, right? Has anybody ever tried, seriously, the new straw, it's made out of paper, right? It disintegrates as you drink it. If you have a nice tie like this tie, this would have no chance. By the time you get finished, the straw is totally disintegrated. Does anybody walk around with a plastic straw? Because it's not bad. You whip it out, boom, boom. You never had to do that.
I just love Seinfeld.
So they want to ban straws. They said, oh, really? What about the cart? What about the plate? What about the knives and the spoons that are plastic? Oh, they're okay. But the straws we got to ban.
This episode of the is brought to you by
Geist Note
and
Victor Wrench
and Plastic Object.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains graphic material, including offensive language, partial nudity, and completely ridiculous thoughts and opinions that shouldn't be expressed or shared by anyone. Listener discretion is advised.
And now coming at you from the Temple of I, just on the outskirts of where the West begins, it's two of the biggest cocks that I know. Dustin Yogurt Slinger Schneider and Matt Fleshpipe Stubbs.
Hello, Tito.
Tito.
Is that like your hourglass? It is show number 537, Tuesday, August 8th, 2023.
Clear for takeoff.
Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
This band, Van Dam.
Man, damn.
We're going to get into some conversations about them here shortly. They got a huge weekend coming up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to chat about that, but first.
That little radio station should start talking about them that used to be my station since they know about them.
The Freak?
Yeah, man. Give some Van Dam some love.
They don't play music, do they?
Yeah.
They have a local show?
Well,
They have a local music
that
show?
girl that does the show in the mornings, isn't she supposed to be some metal rock and roll guitar player? Well, fucking talks about some good bands in Texas that are metal.
I don't know who she is.
I don't either.
I've been listening because I don't
She's in
listen
the
to
morning.
Tick anymore.
She's in the morning. It's like Julie, Morning
Yeah.
Julie is what she
Yeah,
is.
Morning Julie.
Yeah, how's your divorce going?
It's going good. I went great all week. A full week.
How's it feel?
Pretty good.
I've quit some things too. I'm on week 2
Smoking?
of mine. No, hey, you know what?
Sex.
No,
You haven't gone full Morrissey on us?
no. So it's 102 degrees, or it got up to 102 today. Our
don't know where
hottest
it's at,
period
man.
is like 4 to 6, and today was a cool day. Tomorrow, 107 with wind.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be like standing in a hairdryer.
you assholes that smoke, okay? Your cigarettes, your American
Don't
spirits and
set
stuff.
shit on fire.
Don't flick that stove out, all right? Let's go ahead and do the manly thing. Put it out on your tongue and swallow it.
Down in Fredericksburg, first time I've ever seen this happen. We were waiting in line at Whataburger to grab some teas and some drinks to cool off.
Mhm.
As we were about to take a drive out into the countryside, look over, and the trash can's on fire because someone threw their cigarette in there, I guess.
Yeah.
They caught the trash can on fire, so the trash can's just smoking. And so this was peak time for Whataburger, so they had someone out there taking your order,
Uh-huh.
and pulled up there and told the girl, "It's like your trash can's on fire," and she's like, "What? Oh my god!"
Last year, in Flower Mound, when I had that stupid fucking job that I had for those few years, I was driving and I was pulling out of a bar, and or actually it was a restaurant. It was Fish City, and I was pulling out, and I look over to the right. There's flames, and I'm what the hell? And it was just some leaves that had dried up and stuff. And I'm pretty sure someone did the same thing, just flicked a cigarette out, and it went up. And I didn't know what to do, so I just pulled up to it, put my car in park, and put the emergencies on and stomped it out. And it took me like 20 seconds because it was starting to
You were a fireman?
escalate. Yeah, I looked around to see if anyone was going to give me a reward or a pat on the back or a nod.
Not even
And
a
you know how
TikTok
Flower-
video,
you-
not even
not even a
a reel.
And you know how
No one's
Flower
shooting a
Mound
reel?
is. There was like, whatever.
Whatever. You need to do that. You look like the type that needs to do that. Yeah. So
So don't flick your cigarettes out tomorrow.
don't flick
If you're
your
smoking-
cigarettes out.
Why don't you smoke out of the if you're smoking weed, maybe do it on at your house, and don't drive with a joint and just be like, oh, there's a cop behind us, and flick it out or anything like that. Or you're gonna have to swallow it, which is what a lot of people do anyway.
They swallowed their cigarette butts? Or
No.
their weed?
Yeah, if you see a cop,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done that.
But
I've
what
had
about
to-
cigarette butts? I mean, they're still on fire. You don't
The
swallow
cigarette
them.
butts you put out on your tongue and swallow it.
Okay.
If you're man enough.
You just have a stomach full of filters.
Yeah, you got a
Cotton
really
filters.
clean
Yeah.
stomach with a bunch of tar.
Gross. I'm gonna say the very bad news that we found out right before the show.
Okay.
Toward the end of the show. I don't want to bum things out right off the bat, but some stuff we just found out some bad news, and
Yeah.
we'll get to it at the end of the show.
Oh, you don't want to do it
Uh,
now?
Do you want to get it now and talk about it? And
Yeah, man.
Kick it
Yeah,
off?
let's go ahead because a lot of people I think don't listen to us towards the end, till the end, like all the way to the end, and they don't hear some things. And this
Well,
is
that's their
important.
fault. There's all sorts of great, beneficial information that we share at the end of the show.
But we also
people
want
don't
some
make
guys that we really like to know that we're thinking of them too.
Yeah.
So
So before we started the show, we found out that Shannon from the band Fords, they've been in here before, done some shows. We've seen them live several times. Passed away on Saturday evening, and his wife made a post about it on Facebook a couple hours ago. And the band has passed it on their page too. He had been dealing with some stuff for a few months, and I guess it just was rapid
yeah, didn't
and
didn't
took him down.
sound pretty tragic, like
Yeah.
the way it just came on. You were saying that he played a show a couple of weeks ago, or
A couple of months, May,
a couple months
back
ago,
in May,
the beginning of the summer,
Yeah.
and he had collapsed, and then maybe they
over at Growl.
yeah, maybe they found out that that's when they found out, maybe when they were doing tests for that.
And he made a post about it.
He did.
And talking about it on the 1st, and here we are, the 7th or the 8th. So 7 days later.
Yeah. Those guys are good guys too.
Good guys, great
Their
band.
music is good, and it sucks. You got to people that are listening to us that's in the DFW music scene. You got to go see bands. You know what I mean? I hate to sound blah, and I know I bitch about bands. Oh, everybody sucks these days. There's no good bands anymore. I like Van Damme, and that's it. That's about it.
That's the only band you like?
Duh. I don't even like Spectacle. But you got to go see these bands because, man, the guys that are putting in the hours and making good music for this community, we're getting old. Everybody's getting old. We're only getting older. You're not promised tomorrow.
No. You
And
never know. You never know what might happen.
yeah,
You never
you
know.
yeah, no, we just talked about that.
Yeah. You never know. I mean,
But much love to you guys in the
yeah.
forwards.
Good
and,
love. Much love to his wife, Roxy, too,
Yeah.
and all she's dealing with, the rest of the family.
That blows. The
wishing
news
nothing but the best
blows,
for you guys.
and it hurts too a little
Yeah.
bit. So, shit. Anyway,
Anyway,
T's and P's.
now you try to get past this. They have a song called T's and P's.
Maybe we should have
Lots
done
of
it at the end.
See, now, now to talk about your alpha gal. I'm glad to see you don't have that.
Alpha Gal.
I love this. I love this. Tell everybody what you've strayed away from for the past week, 2
Oh.
weeks.
I cut out social media
Okay.
completely, except, and I'm still haven't made my decision about Instagram. I feel Instagram's a little bit more.
Where else are you going to see your nookie girls at?
Right.
Yeah, so you gotta,
There you go.
You got to keep it around.
Yeah, Jeeps and Nookie girls
Yeah.
and crazy videos. Now my thread is getting full of like on the scene car accidents. Now I'm like, what is happening to Instagram? Are they trying to make me crazy? But
If you-
anyway, I'm 2 weeks off of social media, except for Instagram, and I'm a week, or not a week. I'm about 3.5 days or 2.5 days of all media outlets as far as news goes, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, man.
So you don't know about the whole alpha gal?
No,
Crazy
sounds
thing.
interesting though.
It's a Jill that was in the COVID vaccine. That now people are getting allergic to meat. They can't have red meat.
I heard.
They're
but-
freaking out.
well,
Like people are having crazy.
I'm also
reactions to
taking
red meat.
I'm taking a hiatus on the podcast too, and I did hear one of the No Agenda talk about that right before I quit. Something about this meat thing, how we're turning on meat again for like the 50th time
Yeah.
in the last 2 years.
Well, apparently the government, when they injected you with these
Not me, man.
your your jabs. When they gave you your jabs, they made it to where you can't eat red meat. So
There's a
it'd be
lot
better
of
for the
deaths,
world.
weird ass deaths. I mean,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's definitely
funny.
weird, and it's not being reported
they're
correctly.
blaming
I
it on
guarantee you.
ticks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now there's a whole talk like, well, did they inject these ticks with stuff too? Because Lyme disease is basically has come down that
Lyme
it was
disease
all
is pretty
created.
fatal too. Isn't
It
it?
was created at Fort Bragg or whatever.
As a
Bragg or-
bioweapon?
Yeah, it's a bioweapon. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. I'm just glad to see that you can eat red meat
Kids,
still.
I'm telling you, if you're hearing it on the
So let's
news,
go have some barbecue.
I'm down. I'm always down. I'm doing
Yes.
Mediterranean right now though, so I can only have red meat like once a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it blows.
You eat a bunch of gyros and some goat.
No, I thought I would. No,
You can't have goat,
you can have goat cheese.
but you can't have goat because that's red
I don't
meat.
know. I'll have to look. I think mainly you're eating
Some sheep.
as far as your protein goes, it's chicken and fish.
Hmm.
So mainly fruits and vegetables. is
That's
what
not
it
very
is.
Mediterranean. That's not what the Greeks eat.
I don't know, man. I know there's a bunch of the ancient grains and stuff. Like I eat that now.
Oh, what? You're
I'm
just
doing,
digging them up out of
Me and Indiana
Egyptian
Jones.
temples and shit? Like, where?
Yeah.
I can have ancient grains. I can only have
Indiana
stuff that's-
Jones and I. We got it. We go out of town and we go collect our grains.
You
and-
do?
I can't eat Mrs. Baird's.
I can only have shit that was found in Athens.
Not Athens, Texas. Athens, Greece.
Greece. Shit.
But I'm telling you, man, if you're hearing weird stuff on the news, you're getting your health information from the news. I mean, we don't need any more of an example than COVID.
What about
And
Dr. Sanjay
Gupta, him too, man.
He's
Nah,
my
man.
leader.
Nah, he's a talking head too.
Oh, what about
He's garbage. It's all garbage, man.
What about Bill Nye?
What was I fired up about? What were we talking about that led me to get fucking fired up about Bill Nye?
You were so
I was trying to
defending
think of
Bill
that the other
Nye.
night. Why was I defending someone that I don't know anything about?
You were defending him about something. It was funny because I was like, "How
Because
are you
alcohol
defending
had
that?"
to be involved.
I was like, "Why are you defending that? That doesn't even make sense."
I think when we listened to the show, or after when I listened to the show, I was like,
Why
what-
did I defend that?
"What was?
Is RoboTuner still in it? Does
Why
he
was that
know?
my hill to die on?"
Yeah.
No one talks bad about Bill Nye.
I think it was if he was really a scientist or not. I think that's what it was.
Oh,
like
you were-
everything he'd gone through. I was
Were
like,
you
he's
just
not a
were
real
you,
scientist.
Was I saying that, or were you saying that?
I was saying he wasn't.
And I was like, "Yes, he is."
Yes, he is.
I
He's
saw
going
him
to
at
school and
UNT
stuff. I was like,
at
yeah,
the biology lab.
but he's been given all his scholarships. They're like those, those ones where you
I was in denial. I didn't want
Yeah.
to believe it, did I?
you didn't. I was like, he just gets up there and he talks shit. He's not even a real doctor or a real scientist, real doctor, real anything.
I don't believe anything that the black doctor says anymore either. The fucking dude with the kind of mini fro. He gets on my nerves now. I feel like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's kind of a
He said some
talking
weird
head
stuff,
too.
and I'm like,
Yeah, it's like,
what,
I don't know, man.
That's not something a physicist would say.
And he looks like a guy that would get touchy too.
Isn't
You
there
know.
stories?
Are there? I wouldn't doubt it.
Thought there were stories
Uh-oh.
with his interns and stuff.
Like Lizzo.
I don't think he forced anybody to eat a banana from someone's privates, from a female private.
Are we sure that they didn't get the video confused with Seth's video? Because that sounds like something he has done on the river or something, and we got him in infrared.
Shoot them ping pong balls in my mouth.
A banana.
If
So
I
she was
put-
making.
the RoboTuner agreed. It was that's what it was. The Bill Nye thing.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
If I put M&Ms in here, can you feed them back to me? It was a weird night at what is that place called? Roxy's. What was it called? Texas something. Texas Cabaret.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Anyway.
Remember those badass guns we used to have that would shoot the little like ping pong Nerf? Go
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Boink,
boom. Is that
boink.
what it's like? They just kind of squeeze on their rectum and then.
You've never seen the ping pong trick?
No, I know, but they're doing it with pressure, and they're like,
You gotta have those exercises, those Kegels down, right?
Yeah,
And you gotta
yeah.
have full control. You just,
could they do a softball? Like toss a softball that could get hit?
I'm sure we can find that on the internet.
where a lady's just laying on her back at
I doubt she
home
threw
plate.
it 60 feet. And how far our home plate is from the pitcher's mound is
I
60
don't think.
feet, right?
I think
Or is
when they're doing softball, it's a little closer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, but still, it'd be amazing.
Hold
what
on.
about bowling?
Well, that chick's not winding up. What is she doing? She just lifts her legs. Bam! Phew.
About bowling? That'd be tough.
Oh,
Someone might die on that one.
You'll dent the lane with the ball bouncing. Doom, boom, boom, boom. They don't like you denting the lanes.
No.
That's why you're not supposed to throw the ball halfway down. I used to do that.
I did too.
I used to throw the ball until
Yeah.
it hit the oil. 'Cause
Especially when
we
you
all
were
knew where
done.
the oil was. You're like, rah!
Especially when you were done.
Yeah.
Like if you.
Oh, when
if
we
you
were
screwed-
done, we would hit the.
Oh, it was
the,
party time.
The cleaner, the thing that came down and hit the pins
Uh-huh.
and pushed them back.
And
You
they'd
just
come
bowl
in.
and hit those and bang.
Guys, stop it! Enough of that.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then
This
you
sucks.
just you walk out in your bowling shoes. I still have a pair from
Oh, from-
Brunswick in my closet there. Came across them the other day.
Bowling's fun, man.
Oh
shit.
shit!
We need more bowling. You know, there needs to be more bowling with our show.
Ooh, what about a podcast bowling tournament? We were going to.
We've
do
talked
mini
about
golf,
that.
but
We've
the
talked about
podcast
bowling.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2-man teams. What's up? Or if we have to have 3-man, we'll bring Doug in. Kill it. Kill it.
Is there no one would beat us in bowling?
No one.
There's not one podcast in America that
No
could beat
one
us in
would
bowling.
fuck with the JJTM.
Those Funky Town guys. Come on, man.
Robo Tuner, if he brought Rip back up.
Rip.
Robo
Red
Tuner's
Pants.
insignificant podcast.
Or if you brought Skip, annihilate you, man.
I'd like to see Skip bowl. That'd be
I bet
fun.
you Skip can do the softball trick.
Maybe. We got to see
Skip,
that
dude.
Skip.
When are you going to kill Skip, by the way?
See, we'll
See?
get Steto in there too. Come on,
Dude.
we'll get it.
I've heard
We'll
that's
kill
all,
it.
I've heard league bowling is legit fun.
Yeah,
Like going and joining a league and having a team.
Yeah.
My grandma has a bunch of trophies.
I'd do that if I wasn't in a bunch of bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a trophy
Of bowling.
for bowling.
What was it for?
High school. That
Breaking
was my
them lanes?
first period class in high school.
They
was
taught
bowling.
bowling at Richland.
At Bell Hearst Bowl.
Oh,
I went to Hearst Bowl every morning. Bowled with Doug,
Dig Dug.
which I don't see him in the chat room, so I don't even know if he's around. But bowled with Doug. Me and him were partners, and we were lighting the scene up until he had his accident. Then I was solo.
You almost won state.
Oh, we were killing everybody. And then I was solo.
Did you have one ball or did you have one? Because I discovered last time I went down and bowled out in the country, which is the best place to bowl. If you want to bowl around here, there's the one in Fort Worth, Cowtown lanes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got to get out in the country.
Not Watauga.
No,
Not
Br-
Brunswick.
they're Bolero.
Yeah, whatever it
That's
is.
too expensive.
Showplace was fun. Showplace was great. Hearst Bowl, when they tore it down, that was a sad
Anyway,
day.
did you have two balls? One for your dialed in, like your little sniper shot, and one for your big.
Well, the thing is, I never did the crazy backhand spin shit.
Oh, you just went straight at
I
it.
was straight as an arrow, and
Mhm.
every time I hit them, they exploded. I had everything under
You
control.
sound like a bunch of gunfire.
Just-
Like Dustin's here.
And the closest I got 2 frames from a perfect game, and had to.
So what is that? A perfect game? How many? What is that? 250.
It's 300 points.
It's 300 across the board.
Yeah.
You
Right,
don't.
300,
You don't
yeah.
keep going though. After you've hit your 3 strikes at the end of it,
No, that's it. You're done.
you're done.
Yeah.
So that's why it only gets to 300.
Yeah.
I think the best I ever bowled was probably 110.
Really?
No.
Oh.
No, but
If you go every morning and you bowl for 2 hours,
yeah,
you get fucking good.
yeah, and you
And
get a bad elbow
real
too.
good. Oh yeah. Oh no, we started wearing gloves, hand gloves, and everything to
Oh,
hold us and everything. And Doug had everything set up.
I get caught up watching it on ESPN, man. Those guys got so much pizzazz and style, and it's like, man, I'd bang that guy. After they roll, they got their hair all like they got a bald spot with a couple of strands
it
of
combed
hair
over.
combed over.
They're talking about
It's
plastic
like,
plastic straws.
yeah,
Yeah. I
bet
would
Trump was a big
totally
man.
do that. Like if we all got together one night at a bowling alley, even
Let's
the
do
bowl
it.
lounge down there
Let's
on
do it. It would pick up.
on the south side.
It'd pick up. Well, you guys do it once and it'll start picking up.
But if a couple of us met up and we did like a shootout, let's
Mhm.
play. I haven't played. Now I will say that I was good back then. I haven't played in
How much is a
forever,
team?
so
How many people are on a team?
it's
If you're
4,
leaguing,
right?
is it 4?
Stito would know. I think it's 4.
Is it 4, Stito?
This league play. It's 4 with an alternate in case someone has to be out or something. I think it's, but I thought it
So
was
you
4.
you show up with 4 and then you got 1 waiting in the wings.
So
like
AT,
a ball
Southwestern
bullpen?
Bell used to have teams
Oh, I bet they were
that
good.
met down there, and my aunt was on them, and that's how you hobnobbed
That's
with
when you
everyone.
could smoke
and
cigarettes at
management
the-
stuff. Yeah,
At the bowling alley.
you could punch your lover.
Yeah, it's
Get away
4 with an alt is what.
So I thought it was 4 with an alt. So
So
it was
who are we gonna get who's the other 2? on our
right
team?
there. We'll take
Take Stito,
and Doug and then
Doug
we'll-
and Stito,
yeah,
and then we need
get
an
an alt.
alternate.
and we'll just start having a
We need a hot
podcast
alternate
off.
so she distracts everyone,
Oh yeah,
or a hot guy, hot dude, or someone hot.
short shorts.
Short shorts and just like we'll get our alternate will be someone from Jeremy's place of employment, and we'll
Mm.
say, you know what,
She's gotta drive up all the time. Or maybe we'll get a
she
contractor
can stay
that
in the
works.
shed.
We can have a contractor that lives up here and goes down there for work.
There we go.
That's the way it happens quite a bit.
They cost a lot though.
Not if we tell them we're bowling, they'll be like, "Fuck, that sounds like
So the audio that you played at the beginning of the show of old Trumper Dumper,
fun." It's a
was
fucking-
that AI or did he really do that?
It was from one of his
What if his little
one of
rallies?
his little rally things he's having, and he starts. I think it's old, but he's ranting about straws, and someone made it into a Seinfeld routine, and it was hilarious as shit. Like the first season or second season.
What was he
of
so
Seinfeld.
upset about with straws?
Straws
And-
being banned in California.
And he thought that was something that he needed to address in front of his crowd.
I don't understand. I don't know. I guess. What a he's an idiot.
Imagine that would be that would be my luck that I would go to a political thing and eat some mushrooms, and that would be. Is he really talking about this?
Like I went to all those Bernie Sanders rallies, and just imagine if he just started going off on,
Straws.
straws or
How
I
does
don't know.
no one be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
what? What are you gonna do for the country? No one gives a shit about what California did
Straws.
with a straw.
That's awesome, man.
Just
It's
what?
awesome that he was running for president and saying that dumb shit to a group of people.
I think when he was running for president, we kept bringing all this stuff up, all this stupid shit he was bringing up, and then he won.
It was funny how we
And then
kept
we
joking
quickly-
and joking and joking. Like, wait a second, man.
If
This
he
is getting
wins,
serious, dude.
this is gonna be the
Sounds like he's
greatest
gonna
thing
win.
ever. And then he won, and that lasted a month.
Man, I know if
And
it wasn't
not the
if it
greatest
wasn't for
thing
the
ever.
tragedy, the tragic comedy of Biden and Trump being in the finals, for lack of a better term, can you imagine the garbage that's going to be said during their debates?
What the first Republican debate's coming up, right? I heard that today.
Is it?
They got 4 or 5 people signing on that are qualified. They've made
Is
all
Trump
the.
going to do it, or is he going to be like, I don't need to do that?
Well, they were talking about that the judge for his trials will probably have to lay out a bunch of shit that he can't even talk about.
every
While
every
up
single
there, so
question
it's
he
like-
can't bring up.
Like,
I
but
would
it's
like
Trump.
to talk about that, but I can't.
but let's talk about straws.
Does anybody wanna Drink their drinks from a pixie stick, an empty pixie stick.
Stupid.
I don't understand what's going to happen. I mean, there's no good. Is there a good choice? Hey, chat room, who y'all voting for right now?
Yeah,
we need
chat-
Randy of the Redwoods to come back.
Yeah. Who's a good person to vote for right now? Oh, I need to put that in there.
That's the question of the show. Who are you voting for?
Did you do anything crazy this weekend?
I went to Free Play because it was nice and cool.
The one in Arlington?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it tight?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
like to go check that one out.
Have you not been to it?
Been the one in Fort Worth. That's where I
Oh,
shot.
dude, next
Aiden
time
Senior
we go to a
Photos.
show that's over at
The deal.
yeah.
We
Just
there
let's go a little
early.
early and we'll go.
Check out Free
It's I love Free Play. I love Free Play because it's cheap. They don't jack their prices up on the drinks and the beers. It's just normal pricing, like a normal hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
And man, it's freaking awesome. All those old games. I played Shinobi for like an hour. I played Mike Tyson's Punch. I don't know what's the deal is. I don't know if the kids today don't understand the greatness of Mike Tyson Punch-Out. I played that for about an hour, and then I played track and field, the old school one.
Oh, where you have to beat the shit out of it?
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
even, and I probably played maybe 30 minutes of pinball because there's so many cool games, and I love
There's
pinball.
so many badass pinball ones at the one on Magnolia.
Oh, I love pinball. And
I love pinball too. They have a
that-
Foo Fighters pinball deck.
the Rush one at the Arlington Free Play. It's the shit.
Oh, Rush, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they had Rush.
I don't know if
they
they
had
had
a
Foo
Led
Fighters.
Zeppelin. They had AC/DC. They had Foo Fighters. They had all the Star Wars ones. But give me that Addams Family machine. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go nuts.
Or well, they have Mandalorian too, just like they have at
Yeah, the
Lola's.
Mandalorian. Yeah, that was good.
That's a good one too. But that's it, man. That was my highlight of my weekend. I stayed inside and in the AC.
I didn't. Saturday, I chose death. Went to Dos Equis to shoot Post Malone.
You were a brave man, sir.
Done-
What was
it-
the high
no, it
that
wasn't.
day? Do you know?
106,
Yeah,
107.
it was over 105 for sure.
And the show was great. He had a ton of fire, which
Oh,
didn't
man.
help the situation.
Did you shoot it?
Yeah, I shot it.
So you were in the pit?
No,
Oh.
we weren't allowed to be in the pit because he had this
'Cause of the
whole
fire?
He had this whole crazy camera system in the photo pit. So we shot from the box,
Yeah.
from the soundboard. But they also raised the stage another 1.5 feet. So Starplex was raised 6 inches a couple of years ago.
Really? The
Yeah,
whole
the whole
venue
stage.
or the stage?
The whole stage.
Like
They
the
raised
whole-
it 6 inches.
Like even the walls out in the back. are
They raised the stage 6 inches.
It's a big erection.
So then he raised it another 1.5 feet up with what he's got. It's a big erection. And it was so high up that being back at the board was shooting it was perfect. But holy shit, it was sold out. He did 2 nights.
Oh yeah. I bet,
And
I bet
so
there was nut to butt
Saturday
everywhere.
night sold out crazy.
Yeah.
Like there people, and the people watching was so fantastic.
All
So
ages.
all ages, every
Bunch of PTA, Chick-fil-A moms out there with their
everything
trans
under
kids.
the sun. You had everything under
Yeah.
the sun. It was
I bet
the
it was cool.
most mixed crowd I've ever seen. But the first band was Beach Fossils, which Tim's neighbors in Brooklyn, New York. You know,
Does
they're
Did
basically-
Tim know?
Tim knows who they are, yeah. And
Are they old? Like us?
no, they're probably late 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But they opened, and so shot them, and you're just watching paramedics run everywhere dragging people out
Oh yeah.
like crazy.
my
People were
gosh.
passing out like flies.
Was Posty in the band shooting water and stuff like they used to do at Ozfest, where all the bands would shoot water everyone?
You know, I didn't even see anybody do that. Come to think of it.
Come on, guys, you got to start doing that.
But he came out, and I can say this, and I think I said this when I posted the photos, was for the first time in a really long time of seeing a bunch of bands, he wasn't up there trying to be super serious and, you know,
Just
I'm a
good
musician.
times like normal.
Having a good time, happy, having fun, enjoying himself, enjoying what's going on, enjoying the crowd and the feedback and the interaction, just feeding off everybody. And it was really, really cool to see someone not be stereotypical rock star, like, you know, I'm
Woe is me type
Or-
garbage.
or I'm Tom York and I'm way too cool for you. And,
Easy,
you know,
buddy.
you don't
Don't talk about King Tom.
or King George. Would like your George Strait, and you're up there just like, no, like the false modesty of Garth Brooks. Y'all are here for, me? Huh? For me? I
yeah.
can't believe. Oh, but he was up there just really getting into it, and it was cool. It was good.
Humble Garth Brooks is a nice guy, you know. Guys,
I just
for
want
me?
you guys to know.
you'll bring me Whataburger?
Yeah.
For
Ah.
me?
Speaking of which, but the show was great. It was hot as fuck. People were passing out everywhere.
How long did he play?
He played
Did
20.
he cut his set short for the heat?
28 songs. It was a total. I think his set was almost 2 hours.
Did he go to the lodge
No,
afterwards?
we left midway. After
Well,
he
you
did,
didn't go see where the after party was at?
No, after he did Rockstar, I think, which was midway through the set, I was like, can't take this anymore. I was dehydrated. I was out. I was
Yeah.
done, and it took all day Sunday to
You can't
recover.
drink beer right now.
I did not
you-
have any
you-
beer.
If
out
you're
there.
at an outside event,
No,
there's no beer drinking. The only
There's
thing
no.
you can do and
It'll
drink
kill
beer
you.
right now is go to a Ranger game.
but you're indoors now in the AC.
And you got to drink Bud Light. So fuck you, conservatives.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. I like Bud Light sometimes.
I want to talk to
Or
you
the
about
Miller
Bud Light
Lite's
here in a
out.
minute. But anyway, fuck. We were
Good
talking
times? Bad times?
No, it's great. It was cool.
Did you pass out? Any kidney stones?
No, not yet. Maybe those take a few days to form. Maybe from the dehydration.
Well, I remember last time you had a hard, hot weekend.
I was at a Cowboy game,
At a-
and I nearly.
and it all came to a peak.
That's when it'll happen. Is this
is
weekend?
this weekend.
The
right.
first Cowboy game, I'll die. There. Fuck. What was it? We were just talking about something. I was gonna bring.
Toasty?
We were no, it's supposed to. Afterwards. But yeah, Sunday I felt like shit. I woke up with a headache. I was cramping. I was
Fucking
just
dehydrated,
dying,
man.
Dehydrated. Drank everything in the sun. Drank all the good, formula shit that's supposed to help you out.
Electrolytes.
Got electrolytes. I should have just called one of those IV places to come just shoot me up.
They need to lower the prices, though.
Have they gone up? They're $100, right?
Ah, man, last time I checked, it was like 180.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Then I shouldn't have called one of those places.
I mean, unless the insurance is starting to cover it, which they should.
I was so dehydrated and beat down that I didn't get to wake up and see the women fail. Told you they wouldn't get out.
Everybody knew
They
that.
wouldn't get it out of the round of 16, and Sweden was going to beat their ass. Which
You could even tell the
beat 'em
way
by one
people
goal,
announced it and
but-
stuff were talking about it. Nobody was surprised.
no, it's just kind of like, yeah, this team sucks, looks awful. They all need to be just retired.
They need an attitude adjustment.
and an attitude adjustment,
Big time.
Yeah, they needed to be humbled, is what they needed to be. And
I
I'm
will
glad.
hope maybe this happened.
I hope so.
Hooked it up.
Yeah, good luck. You're out of the World Cup.
Well, the thing is
Fucks.
this. They believe their own hype. They started believing, like when they first, when Rapinoe, whatever her name, crazy hair girl, purple hair, queen of the purple hairs, when she was in,
That's their leader, isn't it?
it is their leader. And when they
Huh.
came on the scene,
Huh.
they had an attitude. They were feisty. They didn't give a fuck. They were hardcore.
But they were also
Then,
at that time
I
they were the
believe that we
underdogs.
will win. I believe that we will win. Happened.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, they decided they started believing in their own hype because they had some success. They did.
They stopped taking their shirts off.
They That's the main thing.
When they stopped taking their shirts off,
We're
and
done.
sliding around.
Right.
That's when you start
Was
losing.
it did Morgan even play?
I never saw her.
She's still on the team though, right? She's not too old now, is she? Alex Morgan?
No, she was on there. I didn't. Yeah, they brought her in.
She's a veteran,
Which
I
game
guess.
was it? Yeah, she was a veteran. They brought her off the bench, right?
But
Something.
the thing is, when they got on
Fuck.
Good Morning America, when they were on Fox News Stories, when they were on, all the
Yeah.
news stations and stuff, all of a sudden something switched. Then they get invited to the White House. All of a sudden they start believing that they're the greatest soccer. They're Pelés, little Pelés, just running around.
But they didn't do it. They're not the greatest.
Doesn't sound like it.
They're not the greatest.
You got to stay humble.
You got to stay humble.
What's the rapper's
You
name?
can't win 3 in a row.
From L.A. Everybody loves
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Got to stay humble.
Mhm.
You can't start believing your own hype.
Can't be doing these
You hear
commercials.
me, mean motor scooter? You can't start believing your own hype.
You can't stand around. Here you go, me motor scooter. Don't do any commercials for that's announcing like you're going on tour where you're all standing around like this.
That's right. Me motor scooter. Honestly, just you can't be doing truck commercials, man. Once you start doing truck commercials and stuff,
And Subway commercials. Don't do any Subway commercials.
don't do any Subway. You can do Chuck E. Cheese. Don't do Subway.
Even though Tom Brady may be there, just don't do them.
That's right. Don't be going and ringing the bell for the stock exchange.
No. So the other thing that happened on Saturday night was the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight.
I don't.
5
what-
rounds.
Who won?
Jake Paul. You knew he would,
I didn't pay attention to a bit of it because it's shtick to me.
but Nate can't box. He's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
He's not a boxer. But Jake Paul did say, "Okay, for $20 million, I'll fight you, MMA,
MMA?
style."
Oh,
He's
Nate
gonna
would
die.
annihilate him.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's where a lot of people
Was that at
ended up.
AT&T?
It was at AC.
AC
That's another reason I left Post Malone a little early.
to try to get over there
No,
or beat the crowd?
beat the traffic out of Dallas because there was so much shit going on in Dallas.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday you had, which I tried to get tickets for, Messi in town.
What was that price at?
$200 when they went on sale. It's $200 to get in, and they were reselling anywhere from $600 to $8,000.
Good gosh,
Aftermarket.
man. Can you imagine paying $8,000 to see an MLS
They said
game?
someone had a $23,000 ticket that was right behind Miami's bench.
Mhm.
I guess you're close enough to smell him, but I forgot who owns
Miami?
Yeah, is it FC Miami, Miami FC, whatever? David Beckham.
So he
Which
was there too, I'm sure.
He was with Posh Spice. She was running around.
Mm-mm. That's my favorite.
When I found that out, I was like, maybe $8,000 ain't that bad to smell the air she's in.
She gets up, goes and gets a drink.
David just looking at you like going, what? I sent in our soccer thread, I sent her Instagram story where she was filming them. They flew into left field, and immediately their driver, they asked them, like, who's got we want to go, we're hungry. Is there some good barbecue around here? We've heard Texas has great barbecue.
Don't tell me they went down to Heim.
No, they went to some little shack. This dude,
Or Hurtado.
Blues Barbecue, and they did this whole interview with this guy. It's some just little trailer thing.
A food truck.
A food truck. And the driver knew, he's like, this is some of the best barbecue around here in Dallas, blah, blah, blah. So they took him over there, and the Channel 4 interviewed the guy afterwards and was like, I saw this guy walk across the parking lot, and I was going to tell him, man, you look a lot like David Beckham. And then he comes walking up, and I'm like, holy shit. And then he saw Posh, and everything was like, oh, my God. And he freaked out. It was like, here, try on my barbecue, blah, blah, blah. It was cool. It was like the whole interchange was really, really
It's
cool.
good that he didn't go to Dickey's or Spring Creek.
Yeah.
Some asshole barbecue
Cooper's.
place. Yeah.
Some
Well, Cooper's
shit.
fine.
Not here. I mean, if you're going to go somewhere good, here, let me drive you to Llano real quick.
Right,
Cooper's.
right.
Which, went through Llano a couple weeks ago. I thought Cooper's was on the river forever.
It isn't? I thought it was.
Not anymore.
Ah,
The
they're getting
building
a
is
little too
empty.
big time now?
Building
Or
was
they
empty.
gone?
I don't know. I don't know if they moved somewhere else or what.
We should do some judging of these barbecue joints because there's so many barbecue joints that are really delicious in this town. And there's a couple that are a little overhyped and overpriced and talks on Twitter way too much.
You sound like
Doesn't shut the fuck up ever. Has to pipe in on anything that has to do with anything but barbecue.
I think that one might be fans of our show and might listen all the time and might maybe. Just keep the name to yourself, but I think
It's when when the boutique barbecue war started in Tarrant County.
Oh yeah.
That's when shit got stupid. And it's like,
Yeah. But you also had someone working for their social media that might have sat in the studio for a couple of months that was doing their stuff
in whose studio?
in here. That someone that sits in that chair that you're in actually invited them to come on.
I like how millennials just all of a sudden discovered burnt ends. Like that's some what?
Burnt ends are
That's the newest barbecue ever. Burnt ends been around since day one.
Yeah,
We've
Since-
known about that. If you're from Texas,
it's barbecue. You
it's
eat
barbecue. That's
all of
something,
it.
Yeah,
all of the cow,
talking about pork,
all of the
pork,
hog,
pork belly?
all of the.
yeah.
all of
that's-
it.
That's something
I'm
too.
Eat all of it.
Yes.
I'm gonna eat all of it. Yeah. So the women failed. Messi was here. That was a big ordeal.
What is Messi? Okay, how long
I'm
is his
kind of
deal?
pissed that the outlet I shoot a lot of stuff for didn't send anybody up there to cover that. And I'm like,
Seems like a
"Y'all
blow.
Fucking stupid. I would have gone up there and done that.
I would have done it with my Kodak 110.
I would have too. I would have broke out Aiden's Lego camera. Which I'm gonna show up to a show one day with that this Lego digital camera, and people be like, "What is that?"
You should put that in your bag no matter what, just to freak people out. All the other photographers, like, take like 3 pictures with it, and then
Yeah.
be like, all right, I'm
All
done,"
right,
and
okay,
then
cool.
get your normal camera
Yeah.
out.
It's digital, but yeah, if I could find,
No, I'm talking about the 110.
oh, I'll pull that out. That Fisher Price one, yeah. Chink.
Got the bulb.
Don't worry,
flash,
guys.
The cube flash. on
Don't
it.
worry, guys. 1600s in here. We're good.
You remember when they had the big long, like the
Pink, 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 pink,
Yeah.
pink, 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 as it went up. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they pop, and you're like, man, it really blows that light bulb.
That had
it
to
just
be a
destroys
very
it.
well lit picture, man.
None of them look good, but oh well. I might if I can find some 110 film.
I
I'll show up
remember
and
when I
shoot
worked
that.
at Ritz Camera and people would bring me 110 and I'd be like, oh gosh. And then they'd always complain about the graininess and the motion blur of the photography. Like, this what?
is it?
This is basically a toy.
Yeah.
What are you
It's a
doing here?
Fisher Price camera.
I don't understand it. Y'all don't know what you're doing developing film and stuff.
No, you don't know what you're doing taking a picture with this stupid thing. I kept my old 110 when I worked at Best Buy. I used to shoot a bunch of stuff with it just for the hell of it because we got stuff developed for free.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the stuff you could do with that was fun. And once you got it under control,
Yeah.
and knew what speed needed to be used where,
Mhm.
you can do good stuff. But man, artsy stuff, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Though, and the 120 film was really cool too.
Yeah.
Or was
Big.
it
I still got a bunch of 120.
photography talk, bro?
Still want to have
Photography
a.
talk.
We're gonna do a little more photography talk here in a second after we talk
We're gonna
about
do
this
nude photography
because we got a big thing. Our next couple of weeks are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
talk. Ridiculous.
So this weekend, we've already talked about the Cowboy game and everything, but I want to talk about the following weekend.
Metallica.
That's when Metallica takes over the city, takes over all of DFW. And I didn't realize, we've been talking about the show. It's 2 days. Metallica's playing 2 different nights, Friday night and Sunday night.
And Terror's playing.
But that entire weekend, they brought in so much shit that's going to affect the entire city.
Like the World Cup.
It kind of is. Like there's other, or like when the Super Bowl
Super
was here,
Bowl,
there was
right.
all these different parties everywhere.
Right.
Like the Texas Theater's having a big Metallica thing. There's a bunch of different theaters.
Yeah,
that are gonna
tell everybody about Van
simulcast-
Damme.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
But there's several other theaters around here that are going to simulcast the Metallica show, so you can just go to the movie theater and watch Metallica show, which might actually be better because you get multi-camera and all this stuff. But
Man, I don't know. That sounds like douche city.
it kind of does.
I'm gonna go to Granada and watch
I'm
Metallica
not that
on the
theater.
screen.
No, I mean like I'm going to go to.
That even sounds douchier.
I'm going to
To
Cinemark.
rave, Cinemark.
I'm going to Cinemark to watch some Metallica.
in
play.
the crazy, was it 4D?
Yeah, in the chair. Wow, I feel like I'm James Hetfield up here.
I'm gonna throw up.
I gotta
man.
turn these seats down. But that entire weekend they're bringing in other bands all over DFW.
I like
and
this.
I do too.
Yeah,
So the
good
two
idea.
biggest shows is now it's like the 3 biggest shows because on Saturday night, which is the off night, at 3 Links, our buddies in Van Dam are opening for Rob Trujillo's son's band, Otto, and James Hetfield's son's band,
Boat.
What is it? Bastardane. He plays drums for Bastardane.
Who's naming these kids, man?
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But the first show sold out, which was later in the evening. So now they're doing an earlier show,
Yeah.
which is the one I'm planning on going to. We'll do the earlier show, go over there and shoot that. And then, if things work out right, the other big show is Fugitive over at Southside Ballroom.
Is Tara playing both nights?
Tara is only playing on Friday night, and then
Why
they're
won't
going
they-
to Austin to play either Saturday or Sunday night.
It seems like they should be playing both nights on this city.
I don't think that. Oh, they should be. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Here's the thing.
I mean, at least who's the alternative?
What if there's a
Freaking.
What if there's a secret? What if there's a secret Tara show?
There could be. Like a Joe's.
I mean, we'll find out. Probably
They
next week.
reopen
They
Joe's.
reopen Joe's. Or what if there's RoboTuner's going on Friday? Hopefully, we'll see you there. We'll have to hook up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Gonna be kind of wild. We'll figure it all out. Because
Are you gonna sneak me in, RoboTuner? I'll go as Skip.
they're supposed to. They'll let us know about shooting it probably this weekend. But that Thursday night though, leading up to that, Ozone is playing 817 Day at Tulips.
Oh, nice. Are you still at war with Tulips?
No, I'll go over there and do that.
Okay.
No, we're all good. They fired everybody and brought in cool people, so we're all good.
I can't keep up with all your wars, man.
Well, wars change. Your fronts change.
I know.
They change, but
I
no,
get
we're
it.
good. Tulips got a little weird for a little bit, but now we're all back down to cool land. We're all. It's
Who was
expensive
that
to drink
band
there.
that you waged jihad on for like 2 years? Shipping and receiving.
That's not a band.
No,
didn't-
not band. Venue. Did I say band?
I didn't go to war with them. I like Shipping
You were
Receiving.
upset for a while about,
No, no.
about something.
That
it
was
was when
the
they
other
changed
guy.
the prices.
That
to-
was the other dude that you sitting here.
Well,
He's
they,
like, I'm never fucking drinking.
well,
there
that was
again."
shitty. Remember what they did to us?
Yeah,
They brought us into that award show
and, they
and had us
changed
free
everything.
beer, and everything cost normal before. And then after the award show, all of a sudden it was $7 for a Miller Lite,
Yeah, that was dumb.
and
That was
drinks were
terrible.
like $10.
Well, that's why they're not there anymore. I mean, we've been here for 10 years. How long? Where Shipping and Receiving was open for how long?
Good point.
Okay, thank you.
But Leon Bridges goes there.
It's
Well,
pretty ridiculous.
I don't know.
Hey,
If you've listened to the show, you know that I'm not allowed within 50 feet of
I just
Leon
realized
Bridges.
this. No, that's true. I just realized this. We can swing a dick around now.
We really can. We've outlasted a lot of venues.
Fortress Fest, where you at?
What was the punk one that they tried to do a couple of years? That wasn't there one at Panther Island they tried to do a couple of years, and then
Meh, gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we're just all these people talk big shit. Oh, we're gonna be here forever. We're gonna fucking do this forever until we die. No. I'm gonna live here at this bar. I'm gonna keep this
live
bar
forever.
open forever. Nope. See ya.
Razzoos. Bye.
It's still downtown though, right?
I don't know. I was just
don't know. Man, we need to put that list together.
of
What
all the
shit
places
have we
that have shut
that have
down
opened
and closed
from when we started the show to where we ended the show?
Man, all the douchebaggery
What's
that
up?
moved down to Montgomery and all that area. There's a ton of stuff that moved down there and went
yeah.
away. Like after it's like they
What's up, Grotto?
didn't. Well,
I missed the Grotto. That's not a fun one. But anyway, okay, so at Three Links.
what's up, Lola's one?
Yeah, that is Lola's one. I was gonna say Rec Room, but yeah, Lola's one. On that Saturday night, there's big shows happening that are part of this whole Metallica takeover weekend, and this one at Three Links, the first show sold out, which is later in the night, but the early
Right.
in the night is the quote unquote second show. Get your tickets, go check it out. It's gonna be fun, and it's at Three Links. I mean, and
That's
it's early. If you get there, I think the show starts like at 6 o'clock. There probably won't be much gunfire. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. The heat it always
Yeah, that
increases
does
your
change things.
chances.
But I think it's kind of cool with all this PR stuff that we have a bunch of friends on that list
It is very
that are
cool.
being spread out. And
Well deserved too. That if
Well
you haven't
deserved.
seen
That's
Van
gonna be
Damme
cool.
live,
you're stupid.
Just no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to stay positive, Matt. I was going to do the tool trick.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Go see Van Damme. They're great. This is going to be a great weekend to see them. Plus,
And
you get to see. And, I mean, if it was my off day, I'm just going to throw this out there. This is me speculating. I'm just going to speculate for a second. I played a show in Dallas, and I'm going to be running all over Dallas, and they're probably going to be staying at the Crescent like they normally do,
Really close.
really close. If my son was playing right down the street at a club, would I go by there and check it out? Would I go by and see my son's band?
So is this a mixture of local bands and bands from out of town? I
Yeah.
take it because of the guy's sons.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good likelihood that they're going to go check it out.
Otro with 3 T's
Oh, just
and
for like,
Bastardane. His
if he
son's
was
not
gonna
in there.
play,
That guy's not going anywhere.
if my son was gonna play a metal show in Dallas, if it's not at Trees, I don't think I'm gonna show up.
That's exactly what he would sound like. And he's probably going, I'm probably going to, I'm going to stay at the hotel tonight and just eat some Nobu.
Yeah.
Get in the Ruby.
Because I got to recover for the next night.
Narubi massage.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be tight.
It's gonna be fun.
Hopefully
it's
there'll
a fun
be no
weekend to run around.
shootings.
No, and I don't know. We'll let you know next week when exactly what's going down. This
what
weekend,
the death count was.
This weekend, if anybody's going to Under Oath, let us know. Let us know, because Better Lovers is opening.
We could go see Better Lovers and do like everybody else is apparently doing.
Leave.
I mean, I just don't. Man,
go to the Cowboy game.
It is
started.
I have become a hermit with this heat.
Oh no, it's difficult. It's difficult. In fact, this is what I want to get
into. How is your job going, by the way, right now?
Today was the worst day I've had in forever, and as soon as we're done, I'm gonna black out and hit the ground and yeah.
End up with a dick painted on your forehead.
It's bad. It's bad when the AC that's built for your truck will not keep up in this. Once it gets over 102 degrees, it's done.
I am so scared
done
that my air conditioner at my house is going to go out at some point.
Dude, our buddy, I won't say his name on here because I don't. Well, he's posted all over Facebook, whatever. Our buddy Jeff Lord had spontaneous combustion in his backyard
from the AC.
No.
Or is that when it started, or just?
They say that the pallets in his backyard just spontaneously combusted because
was there mulch around it,
or maybe it was the.
I know manure and mulch and all that stuff can flame up out of nowhere. Apparently,
the wood and the sap in it or something just, but it caught on fire and burnt the back part of his house down over the weekend. And I don't know what happened to the Cadillac down the stockyards.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Stockyards.
It's Cadillac.
They'll rebuild. They always do.
They always do. Then they already said they would. So I have a show.
We'll do a reality series about it and some dumb shit. Change the name and be like, we've saved so many people's lives by putting this club back in here in the District of the Cow.
So I have a
show. It'll be on VH1 and shit.
Offer for.
Or no, it'll be a Yellowstone spinoff.
I have a show offer for Sunday, I think it is.
Which band?
Sum 41.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like y'all playing.
No. I have an offer to go shoot Sum 41, Simple Plan, or Sum 41 Lit, one of those two, and the headliner
Lit.
Offspring. And this leads me into my next conversation I've got on the show list.
Lit. We have history with Lit.
History with Lit. That's what made me laugh. It came down. So I've never really talked about this on the show in the past, and I think I can talk about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't give a shit. Oh no, it's tomorrow night. I'm not gonna go tomorrow night. There's no way. It's tomorrow night. But I got a lot of these bands, when you go shoot them, not a lot of them, a few of them, from time to time, you will get a contract sent to you from the band.
As a photographer, you get it
As a photographer, you get it sent to you. I've had quite a few big ones in the past. You know, Justin Timberlake had one. And basically it
understandable
said,
on Timberlake.
Don't look at him straight in the eyes. Don't acknowledge him unless he acknowledges you. You know,
don't make any
you see
sudden
him,
movements.
No. His was really, really cool. Basically, the Justin Timberlake one was they just don't want you reselling the photos for
profit and stuff.
Well, like
money.
for T-shirts and shit. You know, they don't want
you
making merchandise off of it. No big deal. Tool, same thing. The bands that I thought in the past would be really a-holes about contracts and what they were going to send you and what you can and can't do, most of them don't even send one over. Tool, I thought it was going to be this whole lockdown thing, and I get to reading through it. It's no big deal. They just don't want you making merchandise. That's basically the big thing. Don't make any merchandise, you know, and then here's the rules. And like Tool was, you could be in the pit for 2 songs, which normally at a concert it's 3 songs if you're shooting for an outlet and you're not there.
Their songs
with
are
the
really
band.
long, though, so it's like 2 songs could be 30 minutes.
Yeah. So Metallica coming up is 3 songs every night. Every band is 3 songs. The first 3 songs on Metallica's set list, even though it changes up every night, is about 25 minutes long. So you're gonna get to shoot a lot of cool shit. And to the point to where, Mastodon, Gojira, that last show we went to,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, all right, I got everything I need.
Yeah. Go watch the show.
We're cool. I want to go watch the show. That happens quite a bit now. Same thing, Tool. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I can only do so much of this now, and we still have 30 minutes to go in this one song. So I get one from The Offspring. And I laugh. I start laughing, first off, that it says this is not just a regular contract. This is an agreement. This is a full-on agreement between you and the band. And I'm like, okay. And it goes through here, and it, all the legal mambo-jumbo starts it off. But it says, photographer may not sell or distribute images taken of the artist for any purposes without getting written permission beforehand, which is fine. But as you go through here,
Let me get ready for this. This sounds good.
you can't use any photos for commercial or merchandising purposes. We get that. Including but not limited to calendars, posters, or T-shirts. An Offspring calendar? This is 2023. No one wants that shit. So I start laughing at that. Then it says photos cannot be cropped in any way once they are approved. And I'm like, approved?
Wait a second.
What does that mean? What are we talking about that approved? So I keep going through here, blah, 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 blah. And then it tells me in here that the photos, this was at the very top. I totally skipped over it. You can only shoot from front of house, which means soundboard or where the fans are sitting.
Okay.
You can't shoot from the photo pit. That's right in front of the stage.
Why? What was their reasoning?
No reasoning. And it says only medium or wide shots only, no close-ups.
Maybe someone's got a bad shanker or something on their nose or lip, or who knows?
You're the Offspring.
You're the Offspring. We loved you.
Yeah. You were cool back in
We loved you.
1990-something. Smash was neat.
What was the one that went dugga dugga dun dugga dun dugga dugga dun dugga dun dugga dugga dun? What was it?
Self-esteem. So yeah, Offspring's neat. It was neat back then.
Jesse's right. Something like that.
So then it says, the thing about approval, and it says down here, it says again, no close-up photos will be considered for approval. And then it says, photographer may show photographs as examples of their work in their personal portfolio only for use in obtaining future employment without securing prior written approval. Okay, that's vague as fuck. I don't even give a fuck. But it says, in order to obtain approval, send a maximum of 30 photos via WeTransfer Dropbox to such and such and such and such. Do not send links to photos. So you go shoot this show, you can only have 30 approved, and then you can't do fuck with them. Except put them in your publication.
They'll edit them for you.
You can't put them on social media.
So,
you can't put them in here.
Is it
you can't do this.
potentially because they're not playing many shows and they have their own photographer going or something?
No.
And it's still that's a stupid thing, but still, is that
No.
what it might be?
This is a big tour where they're
So
doing
do you
all
think
the
they're doing this
outside-
in every single city? They're sending out
They've
the
gotta
same
be.
requirements?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because it's all blank and everything.
Get
with
over
the-
yourself. Man, they're not even that fancy.
The show's tomorrow
Like, what do
night.
they do? What are they doing that a garage band isn't doing right now?
Is it because Noodles is fat? Or Needles or whatever the
Which
fuck
one's
his
which
name
one's
is?
that?
One of the guitar players?
Which one was the janitor of the school?
Which one was the one that supposedly has a PhD in sucking dick?
Well, apparently all of them do now. I'm starting a band called On Spring. Boom.
And it's going to be way better songs. Way better, poppier
Well,
songs.
it'll take me 30 more minutes to write it than their normal set.
I thought it was.
How long do you think it would take you?
Hilarious.
Okay, so we have a friend that can pretty much jump into any situation and play drums, right?
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take you to prep for a? And you sent me that video of the Megadeth drummer
No.
that did, which was awesome, by the way.
Way
I
badass,
finally
yeah.
watched the whole thing and
Where you did the
listened to
Killers?
the end of it. Yes.
Mr. Brightside, he's like, I don't know who this is. I've never
Yeah.
heard this song. Oh, I've heard of the Killers.
You saw him write notes and stuff,
Mhm.
and the Killers. I mean, it's not the most technical music, but
It's funny he misses.
how long
the
would
big
it take
three
you
at
to
the
prep
end.
for an Offspring show if you had to fill in on bass?
30 minutes at most. Like, I
You'd
can
be
have a
tempted.
full
I'll
set.
just play it by ear.
Yeah, let's just go. What key we in? All right, let's go.
Yeah. What do they got? Lasers and flames and stuff in their set that they don't want the art. They don't want, are they a visual? Are they visually artistic now?
Visually autistic?
Are they going to
know.
do?
You gotta keep them separate.
No,
the other one.
Pretty fly for a white
Pretty
guy.
fly for a white guy. No,
They're going to actually bring out the Malibu's Most Wanted actor or something and be like, I mean, is that what
I don't know.
what is
What are they
so
doing?
artistic?
About the Offspring. You notice that it's just the Offspring. It's not Sum 41 or Lit or
Yeah.
Simple
so someone
Plan or whoever the fuck
but
it is.
I wonder if they're fucking with people.
There's no. This is something Billy Corgan would send out,
Yeah.
and they're in a couple days.
Yeah. That's like Tom York. Him having
Yeah.
less restraints.
I've shot Radiohead, and guess what they didn't
It was
give
like,
us?
do whatever you want, mate.
No contract, and more than 3 songs.
Well, I probably won't be going to that show.
It's tomorrow night. I know I'm not going. In fact, I'm going to Cicada to see Denver Williams hang out.
I'm more than likely, if I go out, it'll be to Cicada.
I'm gonna go Cicada. I'm gonna have a JJTM shanty.
Are those still being served?
Yes, they are.
That wasn't a one-time
No.
weekend thing?
I had some on Saturday night after Post Malone.
Yeah?
Yeah. Had a-
Tomorrow night, huh?
Tomorrow night.
I might do that.
Denver Williams. It's free. He's doing grilled cheese all night for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
Cicada.
could eat a grilled cheese sandwich. I
I
don't know if
could
it's
too.
Mediterranean or
Oh,
not. Is it
so
goat
good.
cheese? And ancient grain bread?
I don't even know what any of that means. I know what goat cheese is. I don't know what this ancient grain shit is. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Oh, Day Eater and Connects are playing after him. What's a Day Eater and a Connects? Connects like the toys? Like the Lego knockoff?
Hey, we don't need any of your MAGA stuff, MAGA code being spoken here, sir. Mr. Robo-Tuner.
We have a phone call after you
Yeah, let's hear it.
after you freaked out last week, and we're like, no one's calling us.
Did I freak out
What
last
the
week?
fuck? You did it in Grover voice.
Let's hear it, man.
Let me pull up. We got a phone call.
Caller number 9.
Oh, we actually have 2.
Uh-oh.
What's this? Tone skips in, not available. I bet you this one is Jeff
Probably a
butt
collector.
dolling us. Let's see.
Or a collector.
Nope, that's just someone. All right, here you go. Here's the one we got last week. Is it gonna play? Oh shit, it's not gonna play. Oh, here we go.
Hey boys, Tim, Funky Panther, the Funky Panther. Just want to tell you that
Google Translate said the Hockey Panther.
Hey, that's our cover band of the Funky Panther. We'll be the Hockey Panther.
We're a cover podcast.
We're a cover podcast.
The Hockey Panther.
We'll be the Hockey Panther.
I know you're coming up on your 10-year anniversary. That's amazing. We thought we were going to lose y'all a few weeks back with the epic blowout on the show. Glad to see that you boys got back together.
Way to go, Tim. Just poke that wound.
You know, like any good band, eventually there's going to be an explosion. We understand that. We're just glad that you made it through it. Also,
Are you John Bon Jovi or Richie Sambora?
Me? Yeah, or apparently the drummer, too.
Oh, is he pissed too?
Well, remember Mike told us he had some issues, some self-esteem issues or something.
And Bon
And we
Jovi?
just get, oh, no, man, I'm thinking of fucking Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, yeah. Okay.
My bad. Continue, Tim.
So I just wanted to tell you that whatever you know about birds is a lie. The government, they're using them as drones.
True.
While they
100%
land
is
on
not
power
lying.
lines, they charge themselves up.
That's true.
Mhm.
The moon is fake.
It is.
Space station,
Totally fake.
hollowed out, aliens in it.
Goat cheese.
Had that document leak. The medical radio when we landed on the moon said they're huge. So
I should have started this phone call off with West of the Rockies. You're on the air.
Should have. I like this
just want to
phone
let y'all
call.
know that's what's going on. And so congrats on the 10 years. Look forward to maybe 10 more years. I don't know. Could be only 3. We'll see what y'all do. But y'all stay good.
Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Tim.
you, Tim. Thank you. Hey, we need to get him over here.
Yeah, he hadn't been in a while. Right?
I know
It's been a minute.
and we're taking it easy because of how hot it is
with our
guests
bookings.
because it's so freaking hot out here. But we ought to get him in here and just talk conspiracy theories because he loves them.
Yeah,
and I would love just to go off on crazy tangents and stuff and weirdness.
Yeah, well,
and
let's not limit it to him. Let's bring in a fourth.
Whoever wants to be on this and talk conspiracy theories because they're so much fun, and they're going to shut us down. There's going to come a time within a couple of years where we can't talk conspiracy theories anymore.
I don't even know if they're in the
or
clear.
we'll be shot.
I don't even know if Funky Town's in the clear.
I don't think anybody's
because of association.
Yeah,
we might have
You're right.
single-handedly ruined everybody's podcast career in DFW
because
of association.
Association, that's true. So you haven't been watching the news, and one of the biggest stories, I think, besides the Chinese shit that's going on, came down today, middle of the day.
Uh-oh.
And I wanted your thoughts on this. Anheuser-Busch has let go of 8 breweries that were under its umbrella.
Because of the Bud Light controversy?
They have lost another 26% in sales. 26%
I don't know what to say.
in the past month or 2 months.
What kind of fucking idiots changes the way they drink beer because of an advertisement that they saw that offended? I don't get the mentality.
It wasn't even a real
of the
thing.
person.
It was a real ad, but it never became a real thing.
Was Post Malone drinking his Bud Light like normal?
He just drank from a red Solo cup like everybody, every good American.
Did he have
does.
any beer pong set up on stage or anything?
Yeah,
he's maturing.
he had
Look at him.
Ozzy up there on screens.
Oh,
They
for
did
that song?
that one song.
Yeah.
And Fire and Burn.
And that song?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the great. You know what? That's another thing. I've totally changed. We should have had Post Malone in when we could have. When we told him no.
Yeah.
When we were
When
like,
we told him no.
I was like, that guy's. Yeah, he's not gonna be.
When you thought he was a slapdick.
I think he was a slapdick. I
This
just thought,
kid's
yeah.
not going to amount to anything, Matt.
I've seen him run around the
Stubbs,
stadium.
He's shit.
nothing. I mean, he didn't have any tattoos or nothing at the time. He was just some skinny, scrawny boy running around the stadium doing weird shit with
Stinky.
his dad.
Smell like weed.
Didn't even know he was clean cut, nerdy. And then he tried out for what's that band? Trying to be a hardcore guitar player, and they're like, "No, this guy sucks. Let's kick him out."
Who was the band that he tried out for?
Gene Loves Jezebel. Hold on, I'll tell you. But
Gene Loves Jezebel.
his show
Post Malone tried out for them, huh?
was a rock and metal show. It was good. It was awesome.
But-
Crown the Empire.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he tried out for Crown the Empire.
But no Bud Light love.
I didn't see any
Is
Bud
he
Light
distancing
stuff.
from
I have
them,
no
wonder?
idea. You're at Dos Equis, so
Oh, yeah, true.
you're at that place.
What?
The
So
thing-
I don't get it. Do you know anybody that's quit drinking Bud Light because of that dumb shit at all?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
The guys I work with.
Are you so they
For real.
legitimately stopped drinking their favorite water beer
I don't think it was
because
their favorite. They're just now staying away from it.
they'd rather have a Miller Lite?
Yeah, none of them. There's only me and another guy are the only ones that drink real beer in there now. Everybody else drinks shit.
I don't think I know anyone that has ever done anything like that. Like even
Stop drinking Bud
my
Light?
sister when they came out when Chick-fil-A was doing the
The way you said that was just like what Mike used to say.
what? My sister?
The way you said
My
that.
sister.
My sister, Stinky Box.
No.
Anyway, yeah, it was the same cadence as that drop, and it's like whoa.
I forgot about that.
I need to find that one. That was great. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, the Chick-fil-A thing came down where they were I don't know, they had something against lesbians and gay
gays.
dudes and stuff.
I don't
and
know any
trans.
gay guy that stopped eating.
I don't know any lesbians that stopped eating it.
They were all like, "I love Chick-fil-A still."
Right.
It
And
was
I
all straight people that were like,
I'm not gonna eat there.
I'm gonna stand up for you guys, and they're all like, "Okay, more chicken for me."
Exactly. I just don't get it. I've never thought to myself that, for one, if I guess there is some social stand. Like if some beer blatantly dropped the N-bomb or something crazy like that,
I drink more of it.
Tim, you guys need a guy.
What?
You got to see, because I think this show just got shut down.
You know what I mean? Did like that that MLB.
I got in a
thing,
fight with an old black lady this weekend, and you dropped that.
the MLB thing.
Yeah, the MLB thing, crazy.
How did you get away with that?
No
I
idea.
don't know. Dante
Everybody's
enters
going,
the
wow.
chat. It's Dante.
Thanks, Dante.
Yeah.
You guys got
No.
room at the garage? I think this show just got
You need
shut
to be
down.
3 old men in a garage.
The third old man.
But
The
no,
third old man from the racist show.
I actually do know people that have stopped doing stuff because of, like, they're like, I'm not going to Buc-ee's anymore because that guy is a Republican and he donated to the Trump campaign. And it's like,
Who thinks like that?
you can't. I don't know.
Why, man,
Why are you
here's
stopping
the deal.
drinking? If you like Bud Light, drink it. I'm not.
No shit. And
I'm
if
not
you're
drinking Bud Light.
and
It
if you are,
sucks.
here's the other thing too. It goes both ways too. If you're a major corporation, a major beverage, shut the fuck up. Don't get involved with it. Just shut your fucking mouth and let people drink your beer and shut up. You're rich. You're fucking rich.
Now you've
Now you
lost
just pissed everybody off.
another 26% of your value, and I'm sorry, this one says 29% over their year to year.
Have they? I'm sure they fired some people by now, right?
Yeah, the girl that put that campaign together, they fired.
And
it was Susie put in there that it was just a thing for that and Dylan Mulvaney.
I don't.
It was a one.
Didn't
one
they
of a
dick
thing.
him over too, or dick her over too, by not doing the like
Is
they
that the proper thing to say? Dick them, dick.
probably not the right thing.
I wouldn't put the dick in there either.
You know what? Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Didn't they screw her over though by like kind of just leaving her out on a pedestal and then like not taking up for any of it, like and just instead of embracing. At that point, they should have embraced it and been like, yeah, we did it.
Well, they backed out, and
We
then
like
the
to party.
whole LGBTQ community came after them again because of leaving that just out there dangling. We talked about
Which
that.
I mean, don't you see their viewpoint a little bit?
That's why
it's like
if you do something like this, it's a bear trap either direction.
So stay the fuck out of it. Just like
That's
I
what
said, stay the fuck out of it.
And now you've had to give up 8 brands. And the
Bud Light,
Anheuser-Busch has had to give up 8.
Which ones?
So the one that hit me hard, which they're being bought by Tilray, the weed company.
Okay.
Who I've got a bunch of stock in that I forgot about on Witchy Diver. So my Tilray shot through the roof today. Thank you.
Because they bought
Shock Top.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
Blue Point.
Never heard of it.
10 Barrel. I'm gonna save the 2 biggest ones for last. Shock Top is probably the biggest, but Widemere Brothers. You ever heard of them? Widmer Brothers.
No.
Square Mile Cider. Never heard of them. Highball Energy is the energy that shows up at all the bars now. The replacement of the Red Bull.
Yeah.
But the big ones, Red Hook and Breckenridge. Which, thank you for
people stop.
Don't
started
shut
giving them-
Breckenridge down. I need vanilla porter.
A lot of people
Vanilla fucking
started
porter's
giving
good.
them the bird when they got big time anyway. Like a lot of the hardcore Breckenridge drinkers and stuff. They
But they still have their place
it doesn't-
downtown.
man,
You can
that
go,
industry's shit people, most of them. So I don't fucking care, man. I think it's stupid that they got involved in it, but the all these families and stuff that have owned these breweries and stuff, and the way they do distribution and all that, man, I don't want to start.
Well, a lot of
bagging
it is
on people
also
that can't
Texas
defend
laws
themselves
or state laws.
I'd rather have them on my show so I can bag on them in their face.
So anybody that wants to come on here and be bagged on in their face, hit us up.
If you're into that kind of thing.
682-593-JJTM. The bad thing is that like a lot of these states, the only way, which Breckenridge doesn't fall in this category,
The way you can get it.
but the only way you can get it, the only way you can be distributed by the way the state laws are made is by being sucked up into a big conglomerate.
But it's also a pipe dream that
And it
these big
sucks.
conglomerates dangle all the time.
Yeah,
And usually
true.
the breweries,
And they fuck
usually
you
the
over.
breweries get a bad deal.
yeah. And if you don't do it, they fuck you over in the spacing.
Yeah.
In a like a Walmart or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, your planograms and stuff. Your
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Planogram? Yeah. Where you are and how you're spaced and what
Mhm.
you're next to and all
you want to
that
be
crap.
eye level is where you want to be if you're a beer. You want to be straight up eye level. Here's the way you deal with it. Just go to Division Street and hang out at Growl. Watch your Metallica cover bands there.
You know who's never been to Growl, and this shocked me and had never heard of it? Chris Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was messaging him, and I was like,
Well,
we
we were
something
talking
to
about
do
it
a
at
show.
when we were over at the the 75 grams of mushrooms night.
We
The
doing-
mushroom party we
yeah,
had.
we had a lot of
We were
mushrooms in there.
talking about that.
And I was like,
He was like, "Where's Growl, man?
what
Like,
is
you hadn't been
Growl,
there, dude?"
man? I was like, yeah, you need to go over there and see some shows. That's fun. And he's like, I like DIY places like that.
Well, but go to Division Street too.
Well, that's Division and Growl are all one, right?
I don't think they're owned by the same people. are they?
Division Brewing. It's all right there next to each other.
I don't think they're owned by the same people.
No, not owned by the same people, but you just walk over there. If you want a beer while watching a band at Growl, you go over to Division.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Here's another fun one. A Chinese biolab, a Chinese linked
Oh, dear.
biolab was found in California filled
I
with
heard about
mice and
this.
medical waste.
And vacant.
Yeah. Just vacant, sitting there.
I heard about that. This is just as freaky as
Wait,
the Chinese police stations that are popping
That's
up all over the
fucking
place.
Weird. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Way weird.
But hey, pay attention to
TikTok
Hunter Biden and Trump.
and Dylan Mulvaney.
Pay attention to that.
But this place was empty. There were I think they said there was over 500 or what'd they say? Hold on. I was cruising through this going, what? Trying to figure out. There were 1,000 lab mice, 200 which were dead, and thousands of human blood vials and other substances.
We need Tim in. We need Tim in. Doesn't
What-
sound good to me.
Tim, what's going on with that? Send us a voicemail.
So let me ask you this.
That is weird.
All right, you listen to the same show as me. Actually, I was out of town and I forgot to ask you about this, but I'm pretty sure you listened to this show when they were talking about how. Well, I don't know if we discussed this. How in China right now they are telling all their farmers to start planting crops and attempting to grow what they import because they're preparing for World War III. And they know that they rely heavily on some wheat stuff, like wheat and corn and stuff from America, right? And so their government right now, the communist group that runs it, the CCCP Music Factory, has told
Gonna make you sweat till you bleed.
has told all of them to start doing this, right? To start making these grains and stuff that they can have bread, they can have your everyday supplies to survive, right?
Yeah.
Now, rewind a couple of years ago when all of a sudden we started getting in the mail these random packages from China of seeds. But continue to be worried about Hunter Biden, Donald Trump, and Mulvaney and Bud Light. Continue to watch CNN. Continue to watch Fox News and continue to be worried about everything we tell you to be worried about. Don't be worried about any of that stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Don't look over there. That's scary shit.
It is.
That's very scary. And how is that not huge? Why is the media not all over this story?
Because we got to worry about what Lizzo's doing.
If
I
we'll
gotta
get to
tell
that.
you
We'll
what
get to that.
Lizzo's going.
And also one more before I want to do one more rant too about this.
Is
This-
Dante still in there? I got something I want to talk
Dustin, in 1980, if I told you what would be the biggest story if we started finding substations of Chinese substations in major U.S. cities, police stations that were acting as law enforcement.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Bigly.
The thing is, it's been going on for 9 months, and they were reporting on it a little bit, but now they've got to worry about Lizzo. So.
And Barbie.
And what
we got to worry about the Barbie movie.
We got to make
too.
sure the movie theaters are coming back because of Barbieheimer. And what else? There was something else. Oh, the riot in New York City
over influencer.
PlayStation 5 that a TikToker put together.
How genius, though! You want to do something and draw a crowd. That's just tell someone you're going to give them something for free.
Yeah, PlayStation 5s. I got a whole load of PlayStation 5s. I'm gonna give away
just
for
come
free.
down, man.
Just come down. Listen to my band play.
Well, or you could pull a rig perpendicular to the highway across it on I-20 during rush hour and play. We were going to do that in our band.
We were just. Who was I just talking to about that? And they're like, we want to do that.
It was an idea that we came up with, and I was once eaten, but
in the 80s.
No,
is Dante in there or not? I wanted to talk to him about something.
I think he just came in to call you racist and leave.
And left. Wanted to. It's in the chat room. I wanted to bring something up. I got him all excited about something.
With Lizzo or
no
football?
Yeah, we were talking about going and eating bananas out of someone's privates. No. I was going to get to it after this story because here's another story for you, since you're not watching the news. A recent study on female college students at the State University of New York in Albany suggests that exposure to semen may have a positive impact on women's mood and help alleviate symptoms of depression.
I'm here to help.
The research found that women who did not use condoms during sexual intercourse reported lower levels of depression compared to those that did, potentially due to the absorption of beneficial proteins, vitamins, and minerals present in semen.
Hey, my jizz is like Lexapro, homie.
1 teaspoon of semen contains over 200 proteins, as well as various nutrients such as vitamin C, calcium, and fructose. So, you've heard it here first.
Thomas, how's your depression going?
You're just gonna pump him full?
Pump him. Like an octopus with no beak.
So, if anybody in our audience is depressed,
Mike can help you out.
Matt can help you out.
Like an octopus with no beak.
Just make it rain. It's the funniest damn thing. Can't even talk about that.
Hey,
I don't even know about
while
that.
we're talking about crazy world stuff, what'd you think of the AI Mortal Kombat?
Fantastic. The greatest thing ever.
AI is good for something.
That was great.
It's not all evil.
And then I had to sit there and think for an hour after
Who
that.
would you play as?
Who would I be?
Yeah.
Would I be Snoop Dogg? Would I be Hillary Clinton? Would I be Putin? Who would I be? Who would I be in this Mortal Kombat world?
The final boss is Trump.
The Pope.
The Pope.
I would be the Pope. That'd be the funniest thing ever. And then I had to think.
They need to.
As I'm thinking about who I'm going to be, I have to think about what their fatalities are going to be.
Right, right.
Like, what are all these guys going to do?
Well, Trump kills you with the paper straw.
Look at this. I got a plastic straw.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
AI isn't total fail.
No, AI is entertaining us as it's taking over the world.
And killing us. Slowly.
No, what I wanted to talk to him about, are you playing any games right now? Are you into anything?
Just F1.
Just F1?
Yeah. How's 23 going? Because I'm to the point. They lowered the price.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they lowered it to $48.
Then I may buy it now.
Oh, you were playing the trial?
I was still playing the trial, and I had it like an hour left, and I was doing the whole story mode of where I'm Conor McGregor, or whoever the hell it is. Conor something.
I didn't see Conor McGregor in the trailer.
It's like Conor Motorsports or something. It's something weird. I don't know. And I'm playing through it, and I'm just kind of seeing, because I keep putting you in these different scenarios, and you're in a fight with your driver. The two drivers hate each other, so whatever. Yeah, I finished Jedi Survivor.
Did you want to talk about F1 this week since we skipped it last week?
We're on summer break, and I'm sad.
Okay.
I'm just counting down my weekends. What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to see if you had a chance to read that article.
I did.
And? Well, I guess we're not letting the audience know.
Yeah.
So we
go ahead and describe the article.
So I found an article in the Guardian last week, or actually it was the week we had
Deep Red.
Red Tube in.
Why could you keep calling them Red Tube? Deep Red.
And so we didn't get to talk about it, but I found this article about what is going on with Max. And it's an interesting predicament that F1 is in. And basically this article kind of summarizes what's going on with the business side of F1 and what they're thinking, what should be done about this tremendous run that Max is on in Team Red Bull.
Because he's just, it's basically, for those that don't watch F1, basically it's Max is going to win, and you're just wondering who second, third, and fourth are going to be.
Right. Yeah, we're going on what? How many? 17 races now, or we're getting up to close to 20.
He's won 11 in a row.
He's won 11 in a row, and Red Bull has been in the has been right. Like Checo's not doing too bad himself, but they got a kid who is turning into a man in front of everyone's eyes and becoming the dominator, for lack of a better term. And in some ways reminds me of, Dale, the Dominator. Because when he gets behind you, people seem to make mistakes. You saw what Lando did.
Yeah.
Freaked
out. They panic.
People are starting to freak out when Max is riding up on him.
Well, and they're trying to do things. They're trying to use their car to block in certain ways, and they lose focus. And it just opens
offense, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, their defense. They lose focus of their defense behind them, and it just gives Max 100 ways out of passing them and taking over. And
he
then
takes advantage of those.
See you later.
Yeah. So this guy Max Verstappen has been dominating, completely dominating. I'm trying to think of another. I mean, Lewis Hamilton too did it a few years ago. This happens in F1, by the way. So what the problem is
in the 90s.
The problem
80s.
is the series, 90s. The Netflix series, Drive to Survive. Because Drive to Survive was lightning in a bottle because it became popular during COVID, so it had America's full attention. And immediately when that series came out, numbers for U.S. viewing started going up.
Well, and during COVID, you had one of the craziest ass seasons ever, to where it came down to 1 point, and
which involved him.
Which was between him
and then the last
and Lewis Hamilton, who's
king of the hill,
the goat of this generation right now. Fighting it out, and it came down to drama, to where all sorts of shit happened, and it came down to the very last lap of the very last race of the season. Totally controversial, but it was like, I remember that morning me screaming and jumping up and down and freaking out in my living room, like, holy shit, what is going on?
And since then, we've added 2 more races to the continental U.S. or to U.S., our country alone.
Yeah, Miami.
We have
and now
Miami
Vegas.
and Vegas now, so we have more races in F1 than any other country has right now. Now, fast forward back to this season, numbers are dropping. And they think it's because
sponsors are freaking out.
Sponsors are freaking out
because when you have a car that is running away from everybody,
every race,
there's no reason to have it on camera. And these sponsors that are on the car that are paying good money are getting upset because they're not getting screen time.
They're not getting their money's worth
because the broadcast is focusing on the battles on the track, where the cars are fighting each other and are up against each other and trying to pass each other and trying to work their way through.
F1 is also,
makes sense.
F1 is also one of the most financial sports in the world. Like there's
richest.
It's the richest, and there's a lot of money that's tied into it. So here's what F1's starting to contemplate, or is it F1 or FIA that contemplates this type of rule change?
FIA.
So there was a rule change that made the field kind of catch back up to Lewis Hamilton. It was about the drag and how low the cars rode, right?
They did it with Ferrari and Senna, right?
Yeah, they've done it
with now they've done it with Mercedes and
but you have
Hamilton.
Here's the deal. You've got some people that have gotten into the sport recently and some old purists that say let it play out, right? don't make any rules changes in regards to the field catching back up to Max. If you're an engineering type, I would kind of lean towards let science and technology and stuff let it progress, and let's see where this thing goes, and let's see how long he can win these races under these conditions. But FIA or F1, they're already starting to talk about, hey, do we need to catch the field back up to Max?
You don't need to do it. In 2 years, everything changes anyway.
Right.
There's no reason to do it. 2 years, everything changes, and possibly they're talking like possibly next year there could be another team on the grid.
Yeah. So and you also have the other side of this. Well, if Max is as badass as he is, which I think he is, I think the kid is going to be one of the greatest ever. I keep calling him kid. He's been dominating since he was a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
He was racing in his mom's womb. That had to be painful for her.
His mom and dad were racers. So
did his mom know the softball trick? Just shot out a cart.
So. I don't think she was. I don't know. They're Dutch. They're into weird things.
But, like, there's a part of me that says if he's that badass, they change the rules, he's still going to fucking dominate. He could still be the dominator of F1. So, I don't know how I feel about it. I tend to side with, like you said, leave it alone. Let's see what happens.
The cars all get different upgrades. This is the thing, is it's not like NASCAR where everything has to be exactly the same. You can do different things to your car here and there as long as it doesn't go outside of these crazy boundaries. Like you can't extend it, you can't widen it, you can't make it heavier or lighter. Well, you can make it lighter because you start making parts lighter. But you can do different things, and I think that's what's cool about it, is not every car on the grid is exactly the same. Even two cars on the same team aren't exactly the same. They may be set up different.
Yeah.
For a weekend of racing, one may be set up higher than the other. They
right.
may, the aerodynamics.
Right. The
may
race
be set
adjustments
up different.
might be a little different.
Yeah, and I think that's what's fucking cool. What gets boring with NASCAR is everything's the fucking same. They all go the exact same speed. They all, they all top out. Indy, I can't remember. I know everything. There's a bunch of, you got to fit in certain areas with that too, but most of those cars are pretty much the same. Formula One, you can get a little crafty with things. You can put different fins in. You can do different aerodynamic adjustments here and there, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fire warning until Wednesday. At 2
Oh,
p.m.
I imagine so, because the wind's supposed to pick up.
Yep. So I say, just let it work. McLaren was doing a bunch of shit, and then come to find out, when all the shit they were doing, they had miscalculated, but their miscalculations were making their cars run badass. And then they realized they were making these miscalculations, straightened it out, and their cars got shitty again. So,
well, the last 2 races, man, they've looked pretty solid.
But they lost massive power and stuff on straightaways. Massive. They're just getting eaten up. If it's a tight race with a bunch of
I'm just glad to
turns
see
and
Lando
stuff,
having a decent seat. Like, he's actually having a really impressive season. To the lame eyes that have watched F1 since 2019.
I don't know. I just let it. It's all going to change in 2 years. It's all, next year. What's crazy is next year, they're already talking. Red Bull's already talking about giving these RB19 cars to AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
So if they're giving those cars straight to AlphaTauri, holy fuck! And then they bring in their new cars. Their
you think
RB20s.
Lewis will go race with Bottas again?
But that's Alfa Romeo.
Oh, AlphaTauri's Sedando
and Daniel.
Yeah. For now, I bet you that's short term with Daniel.
We'll see. But you put the Red Bull 19s down to them, that's gonna make the whole lineup crazy. Now you have, I mean, what if next year you have Red Bull and AlphaTauri running, both those 4 cars being top of the pack?
Yeah, could happen.
That's what they were talking about. That's what they were. The fun thing to watch on, because it's so wild ass and loose ass and crazy, is Ted's Notebook. It's on the streaming. You can stream them after the races or stuff. He's got his qualifying notebook and the race notebook, where he's just walking around
Yeah.
talking about races, and he starts talking about the rumors and speculation stuff he's heard in the paddock and stuff that's going on, and you're like, what? And then
That's the guy that did
next
the
couple
show
days.
with what's his face, the simulcast with isn't it?
He's
Didn't he do the simulcast
there.
with the actor
Oh no,
a
no,
couple
no,
weeks
no.
ago?
No, he's not. The
Oh,
one.
I thought they were involved in that.
No, he's on the regular F1 broadcast running around. He's the one that runs through the pits.
Yeah.
He's not the one that is pre-race interviewing all the celebrities. Ted's the one that's down in the pits giving.
Yeah,
them-
always trying to make jokes.
and he's given replies on like, this person, why their car is pulled in, or they're coming in the pits now. We don't know why. Blah, blah,
Didn't
blah.
he do that a couple of years ago? And now they got that dork doing it that I don't like. That gets on everyone's nerves. The one that was funny.
He may have been running up and down
He was for a while, I thought.
the deal before the race, but Ted doesn't run up and down the race beforehand, trying to get celebrity interviews.
That guy
Talk to him.
bugs this season.
He's just weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk to him either, man.
But back to the games.
The games.
I told you I jumped back into Far Cry 5 just to dick around with.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember something. I know how it ends, or the way. I thought there were multiple endings, and I think there is, but I didn't want to hop online to look. But that would have been way faster because I don't want to see it.
Is that one of the games that's on the pass now?
Yeah, and it's the one that's the Colt.
I never
And-
played it. I
in
saw you play it.
Montana or
I
something.
might try it out.
Yeah, it's creepy. And I'm about to finish it again.
Is
But
as long as the
it's Game Pass.
what's it called? It's not. No, I'm talking about the game. That was. Is it as long as the one that I never finished, the nuclear one, Fallout?
No, this one, if you played it all the way through, it'd keep you entertained for about a week.
Okay.
Like it's pretty hardcore. It's pretty long. Fallout is ridiculous, which is what I'm getting to here in a minute.
I know you are.
So Fallout's ridiculous. Bethesda makes ridiculously huge games.
Mhm.
And I nerded out last week, and I sent the thing to Dante. Did I send it to you and Jeremy too?
I don't think so. Was it an invite or something?
No, it was just the video about Starfield.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So Bethesda's next game is called Starfield. They did Skyrim, which is Skyrim's epic. And then, of course, everybody knows the Fallout series. And now they're putting together this whole Starfield. And I geeked out watching their announcement trailer. And they're kind of like, here's what the game's going to be like. And it could be in game
Dante's
for
in
me.
the room.
It could be in game for me until that Star Wars one comes out. What was it? Star Wars. The new one that's coming out, where you're kind of just a scoundrel running around, and it's open world and free play and everything. Starfield looks fucking ridiculous. It looks like a game I've always wanted to play the rest of my life. Like
World of Warcraft. That's what you said back then.
But I mean, that took years, like 8 years,
For you to get out of.
for me to get out of. But this is, I don't think this isn't massive multiplayer. It's like Dante said, it's what No Man's Sky should have been.
Okay.
But No Man's Sky, a lot of people got pissed off because you start playing it and you never see anybody or anything forever. And
Yeah.
then you randomly come across something here and there. There is no set direction. This is going to be big like that.
When's the release date
You're-
supposed to be?
And it's going to be free.
Oh, okay.
So the release date is
I'm in then. I like free stuff.
September 6th, I think.
Are they giving it away up in Manhattan?
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go to.
Free stuff.
You got to go to Union Square. They'll give it away. September 6th. It is going to be in the Play, whatever it is, Game Pass. I don't know about the multiplayer aspect. Like if you can help people, if you can hop into people's game and help them out or whatever, just kind of dick around with them. But the whole thing is about galaxies, planets, and galaxies and solar systems. And you can, like Dante says, it's a first-person shooter. You can do mining. You can do exploration. You can stay in space the whole time and be a pirate and just jack other
Fuck people
people's
up.
ships. You can come down. You can grow your ship. You can snag pieces from other ships.
Is there
that
a
you
campaign?
Jack. You can
Or is
go.
it just all open world? Like,
I don't know if there's a campaign at all. It sounds like it's. I mean, there'll probably be something to get you
kind of
going.
like Destiny,
on
where
it.
there's a
No,
campaign
there is a
you can do
story
real
behind
quick.
it because you join this group and you got to do stuff for this group, and they're like this shadow company group. But yeah, you recruit people to be on your ship. So as your ship gets bigger, you got to have people to work on it and maintain it and make sure things are functioning
like
correctly.
kind of like guilds on crack and steroids.
But these are people. These are NPCs and stuff. They're not people online. It looks absolutely ridiculous. All the stuff you can do. It's like, For All Mankind meets
Star Wars.
Star Wars meets Battlestar Galactica meets.
Can
Star
you
Trek
stay
meets,
and just fart around in our solar system on Earth and stuff like around
if
here?
that's one of them, yeah. You
Huh.
can just dick around.
Send me,
and do
yeah,
stuff.
send
And
it back
there's
to me.
And it's cool because they talk about how you do the warp speed in it is bending time and space and as you travel through wormhole stuff. It's the game.
We gonna
looks
stack and play it?
fucking awesome. It looks so badass.
I can't
and
wait.
I'm really you fold space, and I get
Sounds like stacking.
It makes me I was like, holy shit, they may have done it. I've finally found a game that I never have to play another game again in
You
my
gonna
life.
play it in your silo
I can just play this forever.
down underground?
Yeah. I can just play this on and on forever and ever. But I'll send you the video I sent him, and you can check it out because it looks absolutely
I'll check
ridiculous. And it'll at least pique my interest and keep me going until Star Wars Outlaws comes out. And because that's going to be open world too, and they say that game is gigantic.
What is that
but it's
release going to be around holidays?
2024, I think.
Oh.
I think they said third quarter of 2024, if I remember right. But there's a bunch of videos about it and the gameplay and how it works and stuff. And the appeal to that is the Star Wars universe. But you also get space combat and planet combat.
Sounds cool, man.
And you
I like
fly
the
back.
thought of just being a pirate and building a ship that just goes around. Like I'd be a scoundrel or something if
The
I
thing
was.
is, like they were talking there, like say you're a pirate, you build your fleet, so you go jack these other ships, and once you take them over, that ship becomes part of your fleet. But
Can
it
you be
can
a butt
also
pirate?
get jacked from you. I don't know, and there may be space docking. I don't know. But it looks.
Is that? Can you
epic.
name your own ship?
I'm sure you can. That's all you're. That's all you're
Rocking
looking
with
for.
docking. It's gonna be my ship.
It looks awesome.
I can't wait to
And
see
I'm
it.
excited.
Send it over to
I'm
me.
excited
Man.
to check it out. Oh yeah, and they're talking like the little things in it. Like they're going through like the food you can make and how intricate that is, and then the guns you build and make. And
Is this gonna be
break it all apart?
So
all
I
the way
still
down
haven't got the new console. Like I checked out. Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be on.
I went to see if there was a version of the flight simulator that I could get into since I've been watching all these cockpit videos to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why don't you tell,
still not available.
Let's tell the audience what you told me the other night, which makes sense because of what you've been watching and what I started watching.
Yeah.
Lioness.
Oh yeah. Where are you at?
I'm caught up.
Okay, cool.
I binged it.
I haven't
while
watched.
was
I haven't
recovering.
watched the latest episode because I got caught up doing some studying. So don't tell me where they're at now. But let's
Boy.
talk about the show.
The torture scene.
What did you think of that? Number one, the torture scene.
I knew it was happening, and I thought it was awesome. Yeah. Dante says the game will be on Xbox Series X and S.
Okay.
So got to get you one.
I got to get one, which I've been thinking about anyway. So, but yeah,
great.
The series is
The
very. It's a
show's
different
awesome.
angle of that Black Ops Deep State type stuff, and
the main girl. I don't know her name.
Gosh, which one? The one that's
the main lioness girl that keeps coming home, that gets the shit beat out of her.
Okay, the
Yeah.
operator.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
No, dude. What did it do to Jack Ryan for you?
The Jack Ryan is kids play.
Yeah.
That's just dumb and over. But yes, the one with Zoe Saldana, it's awesome.
It's amazing.
And Zoe,
I-
she's a badass.
There are some things that are have already struck me a little weird because of we
Was it
know
what I
who's
said?
writing. Who's the writing? The person that
Tyler.
won't give up any kind of writing duties because he's the greatest writer ever. I
There's
think
no cowboy, and I haven't
I
seen
think-
any 666 beer in it.
I think his
4 sixes.
interpretation of how minorities and people of color speak is way off. Like it's awkward. And then his edit,
I haven't
his
noticed
his
that.
quick edit,
But I did notice that a lot of the Arabic people, the stuff they were saying, I was like, they'd say that?
or okay, the gangsters at the beginning. No gangsters talk. It's just like when you watch that show
yeah,
with
that's
the one Mayor of Kingstown. No black people talk like that, dude.
I haven't
Like
watched it.
why do they act like it's like he's never hung out with a black dude in his life. That's what it Dante's going, well, here we go, back to racist. But also
He make them too articulate for you, Stubbs.
that's genius.
That is genius.
So check this out too.
It is kind of weird. Like,
His- this is another thing that bugs me.
I
Do you
wonder
have
if
to
he
do
has any
every edit with a doom
yeah.
for commercial break?
Why does
On every single one of your series, you have to have a doom.
why does everything end in a sub drop?
Just let some other guys work on your stove. You're a good creative mind.
I've got to go to DC.
Yeah, right, dude.
What? Why was that?
It's like, yeah. If he ever does a comedy, is it gonna cut like that?
Yeah.
Get over it, man. We get it. It's your show. We know.
What's the deal with plastic straws?
Like we should do a bit. A doof bit. Also, your
What
intros
happened?
are starting to look the same, Tyler. Your little we get it. We get the cool artsy fartsy subliminal and we get all that cool stuff. You've done it. You've done it before on every one of your shows.
Oh, I'm already starting to cramp up from today.
Oh, sorry. Well, we're almost done.
My
So
legs,
anyway,
my legs, my legs, my
show
legs.
though, I think the show is very creative and it has a lot of potential, and I'm enjoying watching it.
I'm
I
trying
gotta,
to.
I gotta take a shit. Remember when Kevin in
I can't
in The
believe you're about
Office-
to die.
when Kevin in the office, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Where were those sounds at that I had? I used to have those theater
Oh yeah,
sounds.
they're
I
somewhere
need
in
to
there.
find those. I've got to find them because they would fit perfect. And I'm gonna start doing that after the.
Dude, just every involve like where you guys want to eat. Y'all want to go to Taco Bell for lunch today?
I don't. Oh, here they are.
Guys, I'm gay.
Hold on. Say that again.
Guys, I'm gay. That's over the top. Don't let
That's a little
don't
too
let
big.
him hear that.
Don't let him hear that.
God.
Yeah, we'll get this brand going.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
In a world where Matt has to take a shit. Oh, we're gonna have to get that sub drop though.
Oh man.
I can't believe it. It's not that. Those are all Bram. I don't have.
And
I
your
don't
looks
this
have become a
sub drop.
problem. Look at this guy.
And your looks have become a problem. I gotta find the sub drop. But yeah, it is. He does do that, and I was noticing that as I'm sitting there watching it, binging. I was like, "Is that the same shit he uses in Yellowstone?" Like,
yeah.
And there's no commercials on what I was watching on, so it's just like,
I know. That's the thing that makes it worse.
yeah.
Most people are watching it on the streaming service. They're not watching it on what is it, MTV?
So it's like, and then all
You're
of a
like-
sudden it's
you're on
like
the next,
the next
like,
scene. You're
well,
like,
neat.
what did that?
that was
just do?
cool.
That didn't make any sense.
That's why it's even more like I gotta go to the bathroom.
It could be like a what's that? Hold on. Survivor. They always use these things. like when there's things happening or whatever, the weird high pitched thing before they go to commercial. But yeah, I'm right there with
I
you.
don't understand
It's a
why
good show.
the guy has enough money to hire good writers, good editors for the edits and all that. But why can't he just give up some control?
You've seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall when they're just in there doing all the Foley stuff and the
Right.
music for the scene. That's
You think that's Tyler?
he just goes into the Foley room. Is like, all right, let's do this.
Make sure you
You
got
know,
the
that's
big
great.
drum.
Make sure you throw in the.
Make sure you bring the 808.
We always need an 808 around here. We always need a big drop.
Yeah.
I could just pull it out of the Apple library and do like, they're all beats. They're not just single hits. Damn it, fucking Apple library. Are you like watching these as you go to bed?
Oh,
These
the
shows?
cockpit?
No,
Or
not the cockpit.
No,
just
no,
like
no. I can't do that. I have to have. I have two TV sessions. One is TV that I watch, and two TV that's on while I'm banging.
is that cockpit videos?
That's my cockpit videos.
Is that when you're Bill Nye's on?
Yeah.
Love this science guy.
No, but I have gotten down to some Alone.
Fuck that bear.
Oh, can I complain about Alone this new season? They all know what they're doing.
That's what you're. Yeah.
No, I like the Tays when they just got the guy that just got out of the army and is like, I can do anything, and then
I'm
gets
a badass.
scared of the bears. Now everybody's like this crazy survivalist 4000 BX9. It's boring. Like all of them are doing good now. They're all building like DFW. They got Taco Bells that they've built.
I get
They're setting up Wi-Fi.
I get people to work here, but they don't want to work for $5.
Watching
an hour.
porn and stuff on Wi-Fi that they've developed because their survivalist skills. It's gotten boring. Do you not agree with me? Like
I'm
three of
not
the
that-
guys had chimneys that they went and happened to find metal, just scrap metal, and designed
that's
like they
weird.
were on what you just talked about, Fallout.
So that's weird. And what I stopped watching Alone because I like to let it build up, and then I can watch a bunch like in an editing session or something. But the other night, I was like, I don't want to get into Alone, so I fired up, and there's only 2 episodes now. Maybe there's 3. I fired up Naked and Afraid, Castaways. So these are the guys that have been all through the stuff.
Yeah. The
First
old
off.
timer, the veterans.
And they dump them on an island in the Pacific somewhere, but all this shit's washed ashore from shipwrecks, and they're going
It's-
through the jungle and they find
it's
this
a
crashed
Walmart.
airplane,
It's
and I'm like,
washed up.
and they're like, we found a convex magnifying glass in this crashed airplane, so we'll use it to make fire and stuff. And I'm like,
Suspect.
this is weird. This
Yeah.
is a little weird. I don't know.
That's what the Chinese weather balloon was doing, man.
find
It was dropping off some supplies to Naked and Afraid over in
Naked
Alaska.
Afraid. That show used to be good. This one's okay. I like it when people start freaking out on each other.
Yeah,
Like they just get tired. Like there's these. It's three-man teams.
I just can't do the bare feet, man.
When they start
It
getting,
drives me nuts when they're
what
walking
drives me
through-
nuts
Ugh.
is when they start getting eaten up and
Oh,
they have whelps
yeah.
all over them
Yeah.
from mosquitoes and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
ooh,
it's all
please go have
pussy and
that.
stuff.
Go have that looked at. Come on.
Yeah.
And then like one of the guys that was on here, he got extracted from one of his other episode that he got pulled out of because he had 3 ticks in his butthole. And I was like, I don't need to know
What do they
that.
do about Morning Wood? Because I would wait. You know how it is, man. We go to Vegas or we go out of town. There's times like I gotta wait in here a little bit, guys, before we get up. That would be me all the time.
Why? Because there's
Just walk. Well, shit. Time to get the fire going. You
Why
got a
we-
full erection?
because someone is naked next to you.
No, just that's what I do. I'm a male.
You just get wood.
Right. I still get morning. I pitch a tent every once in a
I
while.
don't think you would do that if you're
Well-
covered in bug whelps.
I bet you anything. If
You
you,
know,
and I got on
you know.
Naked and Afraid, both of us, before we got kicked off, would wake up with Morning Wood and be like, "Oh, uh-oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
about
can't
all
get
that.
up yet." And you'd be
Wouldn't it?
high. Well, you can't hide it though. What are you gonna roll over and rub your dick in a bunch of gravel?
Well, what about like the first night you're there and,
And then
you
how do
don't
you
have
explain
fire
that
built?
with hashtag Me Too? How do you explain that when you're looking at a female, you're about to have breakfast, and you're like, "Don't mind my erection. It'll go away in a little bit after I have my coffee."
Well, in the first few days are pretty decent, right? Because they haven't been eaten up yet. So it should be all right.
I don't
Right.
know. There's something about that naked afraid that I wouldn't. I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole, man. That has hashtag Me Too Matt Stubbs written all over it.
Do you think you could do it?
No, without popping a boner, no, I could not.
I'm not talking about popping a boner. I'm talking about.
Oh,
Do you think
I don't
you
know,
could be
man.
on
It's the
Naked and
bare
Afraid?
feet. The bare feet really drive me nuts. It's
Are
it's
you
hard enough for me.
tender-footed?
I'm pretty tender-footed. I have very sensitive
Tender-footed white
arches.
guy. Imagine that.
Back to race.
Back to race.
I don't know.
It
I don't
won't
know. It's, what is it? What, do you think you could do it?
Probably.
What would you do about the erections?
Just be like, here
So,
it is.
Hey,
deal
God
with it.
made me this way.
I was born this way, and start singing Lady Gaga and dance my way off the beach.
Sorry, guys, I got a boner again.
Guys, I was born this way. And just moonwalk off into the distance, into the bushes.
I was born this way.
It depends. I would try. I don't know. Would you do Survivor?
Man, I got a bum knee now. I got to
It's
think
not-
about things.
Yeah.
It.
I have dehydration problems now.
Yeah.
Like I get weird cramps, and like if
Once-
I woke up in the morning,
Yeah, and I got some weird habits too that I don't know that people would think would be normal.
I
and
cuss
stuff.
in the middle of the night.
I got this goose stepping thing that I do every once in a while in my sleep.
Whoa! You need to have that looked at. Have a doctor
Figures the
check
guy
it
with the bald head is
Yeah, look at
sleepwalking like a
him.
Nazi.
Has no hair. So now the reason I asked what you're watching while you sleep is because
Right now it's Cockpit, by the way.
yeah,
That and
cockpit videos are
Alone.
the great. Cockpit videos are the great. You fire up YouTube. You fire up some cockpit videos. You're good.
Out in 5 minutes usually.
And it's so relaxing.
You wake
You're
up.
just like,
Oh, we're still over the North Atlantic.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I like the real time ones too, where you feel like you're really on the long flight. You're doing a long.
Oh
flight.
yeah,
those are cool.
yeah. Those are my
Um,
favorite ones actually.
There's a show, and a lot of people have told me to check it out. And when I say a lot of people, I'm going to say 3, because there's been 3 people that are like, you need to check this out. You probably like it. And I started up. It's on Apple. Called Foundation
I saw the advertisement because guess what I watched this last weekend
Invasion.
all the way through. Hijack.
Oh, Hijack is great, huh? Till the end.
I got some
The end-
complaints.
The end made me mad.
There's some stuff that was. I think they could have done it more hardcore. Like it could have been more realistic. I think.
Dude, when that chick gets up and walks I don't want to give you away.
Oh,
the
yeah.
sleeper, and she just
Oh,
jump, poof, and you're like, whoa,
that was the coolest episode.
whoa.
That was a cool episode. But I think, didn't you think that they could have done it to where it was more hardcore, like it was actual something that could like
That actually could happen.
it could, but I think that the people that would pull it off would be way more hardcore. Those guys triggered like their trigger fingers and stuff, and the way they were holding guns,
Well, that's
everything
because
was like, what the
they
fuck is
weren't
this?
pro. They were forced
They-
into it.
Every single member was forced into it.
Yeah, they were forced into it because of family shit.
No, but I thought they were still. So everybody was there. No one was involved in the actual crime ring. That was
Maybe the
that
two
was,
brothers were. Maybe the two brothers. You know,
Now that makes okay. Well, that makes sense then. If that's what it
they
is,
weren't
because
really pro. They were just doing this because they had loved ones on the ground being held
Okay.
hostage.
well, then that went completely over my head.
Yeah.
I thought that people that would try to take on that situation would be more trained and have more trigger discipline, have more like technique and stuff, and like would have some hand-to-hand combat skills and stuff. You wouldn't have some lady swinging her ponytail around while she's running up and down the aisle with her gun just going all over the place.
Well, another thing is like I don't want to give it away on the show, so maybe we should talk about it off because I don't know.
Yeah, it's
about
pretty
people
new.
seeing- since the brand's making new. But one of the coolest ploys. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it on the show. There was a cool thing about the show that I liked. That's fucking genius, and it had to do with the gun. And if you think
Oh,
about,
I know what you're talking
I thought that was genius because I don't know. I can't. It'll give it all away. if I say
Yeah.
it. But I thought that
about.
was
Okay,
cool.
so tell me about the foundation, because I've been threatening that too.
You can't smoke weed and watch this fucking show. I have
It's like
sat there-
Westworld
You
will
can't
hurt
fucking
my
do.
brain.
You can't fucking do
You
anything.
can't have too much coffee.
You can't. I was trying to edit photos the other day. No. Today, I was trying to get show notes together as I was trying to watch an episode. No. I kept having to rewind it and go, what the fuck did I just miss? What is going on? Like, if you aren't 100%
keep your eye
focused
on the
on
ball, huh?
it is. Remember how Game of Thrones, it was pretty in depth, but it kind of, you could get away a little bit and come back and still kind of figure out what's going on? No, none of that. And if
Yeah.
you're not paying fucking attention, like the episode today, I rewound the beginning of it 4 times.
How far are you in?
3 episodes.
All right, I'll get it. Stay there and let me catch up.
Well, I'll keep going. I mean, it's the
You can't do it.
there's
Can't
2
do it.
seasons, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I'll probably try to trek through the first season. But so there's a concept in there that I thought was kind of badass, and I wanted to talk to you about it. And this won't give anything away because it's explained right at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
There's this group called the Empire, and
Course
they,
of Empire?
the Galactic Empire. Not really, but they're the Empire. And basically what they are is they're the government of the galaxy. Okay? They're a united front government of the galaxy. And they have 3 people that lead it. But those 3 people are the same person.
Ooh, interesting.
They have one that is called
Jesus, the Holy Spirit,
No, there's the
the
Dawn,
Trinidad.
the Dawn brother, the Day brother, the Dusk brother. They're clones of each other.
Mm.
The Dusk brother, it would be like, okay, so
You're already making me feel like I ate some mushrooms.
so you're you're right now at your age, you're the Day brother. The
I'm
Dusk
Day Man,
The Dusk brother would be like 30 years,
defender
older
against
than you?
Nightman.
and the Day brother or the Dawn brother would be 30 years younger than you.
Is anyone from It's Always Sunny in this?
No,
So Nightman and Dayman?
they don't make
That-
any.
There's
Don't
no
worry
reference
about
to
any of
that?
that. No.
Okay.
But I was like, what the fuck? So as you're
That sounds
watching
cool.
it, the actors that are playing the different parts swap because they'll and they live for like hundreds of years
Okay.
as they're gradually
Is
get
this
older.
future?
Future.
Okay.
And so, like they say, 400 years later, the kid that was the clone from the Dawn is now the Day, and the Day guy is now the
Oh, they
Dusk. They've
all
cycled
rotated.
over, and now they're all a little older, and then the oldest is about to die, and it's chaos.
What?
And right as he's about
Yeah, this
to die,
sounds insane.
like the few days before he dies, they fire up the other clone in a tank and get him grown. So
Do you
he's-
know who's
so when
firing up
he's died?
things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he dies, right before he dies, the baby comes to meet him and see him die, and the way they die is,
So this is
a
another great.
ritual.
It sounds like another great philosophical sci-fi. That's
dude, it's like
sounds amazing.
Dune on crack.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
It's fucking rad, but you have to pay attention to
attention.
what the fuck is going on.
I'll check it out and report back to you next week. We're about done with the show. Before
Yeah.
we go, I want to ask you this. I've been thinking about this since I watched Hijack, honestly. I thought about it with Ted Lasso. I thought about it with
That Apple's killing it.
is Apple becoming the HBO of old?
Yeah.
Like, remember when HBO couldn't miss for a good
Dude,
20 years?
I can't. This
Every single, it seems like every single show for All Mankind.
For All Mankind's great.
I've watched probably 4
The
shows and I've
morning
liked them
show-
all.
The morning
show's
show's
awesome.
Awesome. I love the morning show.
Are they becoming the new King of
Which-
the Hill?
Apple made a show basically giving the middle finger to mainstream
Like news
networks.
Newsroom.
Yeah. Here's your giant middle finger to the way y'all are doing things. And we're going to use A-list talent. Jennifer Aniston.
Well, dude, the guy on Hijack that every single woman on the face of the earth wants to have sex with.
Ellis Ibra.
Yeah. Like, they're not playing around with their actors and
No.
actresses.
And I don't know many people on this just yet, on this foundation, but the other one that's about to start up, their second season, Invasion, was fucking good.
That's another one I've been thinking about.
That's the one that made me creeped out. But
is it another sci-fi?
And that's where I have a problem. If I'm watching too many sci-fi in a row,
it does get overwhelming sometimes. And
I get mixed up.
You still got to play your Star Wars stories too.
I got to play my Star Wars stories, and I get confused on what's happening. So when Invasion starts back over, I'm not going to start it up until I'm done with this. Now, Foundation.
What do you want me to do?
Foundation's insane.
Foundation?
Do Foundation.
Okay, cool.
And if it kills you, like if you're like there's a spot today, I was like, where the fuck did this character go, and why haven't they referenced him anymore?
Yeah.
But it jumps around in a timeline, and so I imagine she'll come back. But it's so rad. I was like, and what's rad about it is it requires so much thinking and so much thought.
This sounds like what
It's
Westworld
based
was
on
to me the
books.
first episode or the first season of Westworld.
But Westworld,
it hurt my brain towards the end.
Westworld got
cheesy.
Yeah, Westworld got full of itself. So far, this hasn't gotten full of itself. I liked Westworld the first season, but a couple episodes into it, I was like, all right, you're trying a little too hard. And I don't think this is trying too hard. I think this is, Apple went, all right, we're going to make this based off the books. We're going to let the guy who wrote the books make them, and they're following the books.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you can tell that when a TV show is written exactly like a book is, it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. So I don't know. It's a neat brain thinking show, but you can't be.
You know how we're ending the show.
So yeah. And now we've reached the end of our show. So yeah,
I gotta take a shit.
It's crazy as shit. All right,
been fun.
It has been fun, and
I can't wait to watch. I got a lot of stuff on my plate now.
So go watch.
Well, we got 2 more weeks for F1 or 1 more.
End of the month.
Why they?
It's summer break. Summer break. Everybody's out partying. You seen what people are doing?
Yeah, all
what
the
drivers are doing?
Instagrams. Yeah,
they're having fun. It's cool.
Yes.
Who's here in Aspen? I forgot. Someone's up in Aspen right now, hanging out, mountain bike riding.
Oh, probably Botas.
Oh, he is.
He's all about that,
Botas.
man.
Yeah.
Because he goes to Austin a lot too, because of the biking thing.
Yeah, but his wife is a professional mountain biker, right?
I love his look this season.
The mullet,
the mustache.
So mullet mustache. He's so great.
Mandy won't let me do the skullet mustache. I'm like, I've got to. She's like, you got to make $1 million before you can do that. I was like, what?
Well, let's get it in here. Send your donations. Go to the website.
And you'll have Skullet Matt as long as you want, man.
Skullet Matt.
And handlebars.
I got some numbers to throw at you that will shock your brain. You know,
it's about other people getting rich. I don't want to hear it.
Dan and Jake.
Oh, what's going on with before? Hey, hang on. We got another segment. I haven't heard. Has anything changed?
So they are to appear in court. Cumulus.
You got to be kidding me.
Is going after them, so they got to appear in court. But they're still doing the show for right now. They got sent cease and desist, and they've basically made fun of it in their way, from my understanding, and reading everything, they have to go, Cumulus is taking them to court, which is terrible. It just makes the station look terrible. Like, come on. Y'all are a fucking radio station. You're just pissy that you just lost 2 major hosts that were bringing you good revenue and money.
Yeah.
Because y'all were stupid.
I'm team Jake, obviously, because he's been on a show. But I'm pro Jake and Dan.
Yeah.
Fuck the ticket at this point. Fuck Susquehanna. Cumulus, whatever they
No,
are
it's
now.
both of them. Susquehanna owns Cumulus.
Clear
so it's
Channel.
both. But I think on the affidavit it says Susquehanna. But it's both. I mean, Susquehanna owns Cumulus.
They want to control podcasters.
it.
Trust me, they're
They're trying to figure that
get
out.
a hold of us. So fuck them.
And they one of the things in there was that they took intellectual property, which is bits and show ideas. But if you go over to the Freak, there's the 2-minute drill. There's what's on Mike's mind.
Man.
So they're just going after. They're going after them because they started up the Patreon. This is what a lot of people think. If they started the Patreon, they're making money. 4,000 subscribers at $6.90 a month.
And they're doing well.
They're doing $23,000 a month. Something like
well,
that.
Sounds like we're about to go to Patreon. Going to clean up the show and go.
We don't need to clean up show to be on Patreon though.
Man, they content edit. Or they're content like monitor.
They try to monitor, but you can cuss and do stuff on there. You just can't.
But we can't say, hey, the mainstream media is shit, trying to kill you all.
Well, they have been and haven't been kicked off yet.
Have they?
Yeah.
So they've been hitting some topics that would be right up our alley.
Yeah, it's fun listening to them be unleashed.
Sorry, chat
on their
room.
free show. So
show's about to cost $6.99 a month.
I mean, it would be nice if we have a whole donation thing out there to, donate what you feel. Donate what you like, how much you value our show. Do you listen every week? Do you listen every other week? Do you value what we say? Do you value us as people? I just had to
Don't
pay
answer that question.
a fucking huge ass bill to keep this show going for another year. Huge. Man, the more you start, the more listeners you get, the higher that fucking thing gets. They weren't kidding about bandwidth. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Is that Trump line from Wizard of Oz?
Yes. Huge. I'm a midget. Huge. What if I Wizard of Oz? Huge. I'm a little person.
Well, I was saying Trump line because you did a put him up.
Oh, huge.
Huge.
I thought you meant I was
James
a
Hetfield.
munchkin. All right. So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Go to our website. Donate some shit.
Yes. I got some bills.
We all do.
And we'll do more than one show a week. Bam. There you go.
If I was getting $6.90 a month, or a subscription for $6.90 and had 4,000 subscribers, this is all you would get.
I would ask them, do y'all want us to do another one? Every night. We coming
Like,
into work tomorrow?
You want us to keep going? Like, yeah, what do you want us to do? Like,
Or do you want to pay us to quit?
yeah.
There you go. Pay us to quit.
Hey, if someone came to us, let's say, and I was thinking about this earlier, and I want to throw this by you. Say the Democratic Party just was like, guys, y'all need to shut the fuck up on what y'all are talking about. Here's you $100,000.
I'll take it.
You just, I'm done.
Stubbs, no. We'll take it.
This is the worst negotiation ever. You're like Kramer.
First, we're going to give you free coffee for a year. We'll take it.
I'll take it.
No, man.
But-
Fuck that.
Or what if they said, here's
Fuck
you.
that.
They getting. I forgot what their campaign donation was for their party for this year. It was something astronomical, and I got to thinking, and they were talking about. I forgot what I was listening to, but they were talking about hush money, sending
Yeah.
different fees to different outlets, and being like, "Here's you money to shut the fuck up," or to stop talking about the Republicans or Republican
Or
Party, or
hold
whatever.
information about COVID close to the vest.
Something like that. But if they came to us and were like, "Here's your $2 million to shut the fuck up," which
Well,
is
now it's
nothing
going up
out of
from
their
100,000
coffers.
to $2 million now.
If it was $1 million,
I think I've thought about this too, actually recently, about if politicians come at us again this election cycle and want to
did
be on the
last
show, I kind of feel like personally, I want to limit to people that we're friends with or people that we know and stuff, instead of just letting anybody come in at any time and try to take over our show and do something. To me, I'm so sick of politicians. I'm so sick and tired of them that I'm like, dude, if we don't know you, we haven't heard of you, we don't have any kind of relationship, and all of a sudden you want to try to use us for our little 80,000 per show listen or whatever, those numbers, then we're not interested. We don't need that, man, because I don't know. It's just been something I've been thinking about. It's not a form of self-censorship. It's more of a found.
No one shows up to vote anyway.
I'm just
look at these numbers.
I don't care about politicians right now. They've got to prove to me that they are worth the salt, that they claim they are.
Yeah.
If they're not, like right now, what we have, and especially, I'm speaking more on a national level too. Of course, I'm not talking about grassroots people like we had last year. But what if it escalates? What if Ted Cruz decides he wants to come in here and use us? Just because he finds out that we align on some things, which I don't know what it would be, or what if what if Hillary Clinton decides she wants to come on and talk to Texas people and all this? I feel like our response naturally should be no, clean your shit up, get your shit together, and then we'll think about it. That's what Joe Rogan should do. Joe Rogan should say, everybody, fuck off until you get your shit in order, because I'm sick of dealing with you motherfuckers. I'm sick of dealing with your policies. I'm sick of dealing with your lies. I'm sick of you.
It's true.
I don't know, something to think about.
And it was kind of weird. Like, we did get a message that our show was being played at some rally, some fucking election day party thing, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
It was the primaries. We were on
during the primaries. We were on, and
people
then
were
at a gym and stuff too, and people were playing the show
Yeah.
and stuff, and I was like, "How dare you fucking play our show
No.
at a gym and not simulcast it and not pay us?"
There you go, man. $2 million.
Give us money.
We can be bought. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Give us money and we're good.
Look, I don't need your blankets or your food, or your clothes. I just need your cash. That's all I want. And that ended it.
Yeah.
I tell you, the Forever Reckless girls the other day, they were talking about on their show. They were talking about Irish goodbyes, and they ended their show as an Irish goodbye.
I think you. I
was
think
like, that was genius. It's like,
yeah.
it cracked me up, made me laugh.
I think you brought that up last week, didn't you?
Did I?
I think so.
They Irish goodbye it. I thought that was pretty fucking genius. The only thing that
I
didn't
like-
get an Irish goodbye was
I like Greek goodbyes.
What's that?
Anal.
'Cause those Grecians, that's what they're into. Hey, I'm not making that up. That's what what's his name from
Goodbye. See you later.
Will you give me a kiss goodbye? I'll give you more than that. What was the name of that show? Full House. What was the guy's name?
Oh yeah.
The
He's still
drummer
a thing.
guy? Yeah.
Like women are. That's another one that women are like, oh, sploosh.
What's his name?
Anthony Kiedis.
No. He played.
He
drums
does the
for
Greek
Beach
yogurt
Boys.
commercials.
Yeah, he's the one that talked about Greeks and anal.
I always try to convince Mandy that she's Greek.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the room. Bye guys. See you later. Anybody want to be Greek in there?